Our pool is a future, the final push to glory, to follow in the steps of those before me. For nation, for club, for coaches who've led, the final step on the block, Olympic dreams ahead.
Our pool is a classroom, life and death lessons, unrivaled. Floating, gliding, but in learning laughter, a touch of water, first steps to survival.
That 3 boys, aged 11, 10 and 8 have died.
Father has told Sky News of the awful moment his wife and son died in Loch Lomond on Saturday.
But what if the pool closed nearest to me? Would she be free to swim in the sea?
Would my club close to the loss of a nation?
A community broken for a whole generation.
A lifetime stolen of body and soul.
Laughter faded like a memory, an echo.
Life skills vanished, education unfinished. Our children, a statistic, our lives diminished.
Our pools are for all abilities, ages, from cradle to grave and in between stages, for the health of the nation and life skills schools. Our message is simple.
Leave our pools.
Okay, that's me. Gary. Super commentator extraordinaire. So do you put yours on mute all the time or not? And that, okay.
Good afternoon everyone and welcome to Aberdeen Sports Village. This is day 1 of the Scottish National Age Group Championships. This is our evening session or our late afternoon session, session 3, the Saturday finals. My name is Robert Taylor. With me this evening, my pleasure to introduce Gary van der Molen. Evening Gary, nice to have you with us. Gary's an ex-Canadian swimmer who represented Canada at the Seoul Olympics a wee back in 1988. So it's great to have Gary with us. He does a fair bit of coaching in the Stirling area with
That's
the
right,
Stirling
yeah.
Swimming Club. So
Yep.
it's nice to have you with us, Gary. So
Yeah,
that's-
looking forward to it.
So that's this evening's programme. We kick off with 200 backstroke for our females. Male and open 100 back. And it's ladies next, 100 free, and the male and open 200 breast. We conclude the individual events with 50 breaststroke and 50 butterfly. First 4 events are all for 11, 13-year-old, 14-year-olds, 15-year-olds, 16-year-olds, and 17, 18. So there are 5 finals for each of the age groups. When we move on to the 50s, it's just the older age groups, the 15, 16, and 17, 18s. Mixed 4x100 medley relay, which we were talking about this earlier, Gary. I'm not sure if we've finished sessions at Snags for some time with a relay. We always have them in the morning, always have them in the afternoon, but it's a long time since we've finished an evening, I think, with a relay at the end, and it's good fun. It's always
Absolutely.
good to finish on a high.
Oh yeah, swimmers love relays. That's the real exciting part of swimming is swimming with your pals and racing with your pals, and when you win together, that's that's something special. You winning on your own is cool, but like when you got 4 good friends and all swam really well and you won a medal, that's amazing.
Yeah.
It's really fun.
Yeah. You win as a team, you lose as a team, and it's even worse when you've actually managed to get the gold medal and you get disqualified because you've gone too early or something crazy.
That does happen from time to time.
Yeah.
Or when I was swimming at the Olympics in Seoul, my relay team was the 4x200 free relay team, and we swam the heats, and we had come 9th, so we had missed the finals. Wow. But then the last heat, they didn't put the results on the board. And so we thought, somebody might have got disqualified. So if it was somebody that was faster than us, that would mean we had bumped into the final. And we were waiting, and then it came up that the Russians have been disqualified, and we're like, yeah, that's us in the final. So that was cool. So I got to swim in the final at the Olympics. It was very exciting.
So our finalists in the 11-30-year category. In 0, we have Josephine Payton, City Glasgow. 1 is Millie Whittock from Finns. 2, Nave Shield, South Lanarkshire. 4 is Emmeline Gales from Kingston Royals. 4 is Maddie Markle for Guildford City. 5 is Megan Ferris, Cumbernauld. 6, Eve Palmer, Forth Valley Tridents. 6, Grace Taylor from Alfred Otter. 8 is Emma Wilson from Perth City. And in 9, Nixie Strachan, Ithan. So this is the first of the finals to get underway, our 11-13-year-olds. As we said earlier in the live stream, Gary, although it's 11-13, you rarely get an 11-year-old getting into a final. You get a few good 12-year-olds, but it's mostly made up of 13-year-olds.
Yep, there's 3 12-year-olds in this final, so that's amazing
that's
for 12 years old. Yeah. And it's an opportunity to race people that are older than you. So next year will be,
hopefully better.
Perfect for them. Yeah.
So 229.86. Maddie Markle, the Scot that swims down at Guildford, will be very much the strongest fancy in this one, Gary, you would think.
Yeah, she was 229 this morning, so that's a very solid swim for a 13-year-old. That would have qualified in the top 2 in the next age group as well. So, she's
up there nice,
very strong.
Megan Ferris from Cumbernauld in lane 5, who's been swimming very well at various West District events over the last few months, and not much between them. 200s.
Well, that's pretty close.
Yeah.
Those 2 girls. Girls decided to really go for it and challenge this girl with a fast morning swim. So she was 5 seconds behind her this morning, and she's staying right with her. So it's going to make a race out of it.
Both girls looked pretty relaxed, and important they don't get too worked up in the first 50 metres, 100 metres. Just treat it as a normal race, Gary.
Yeah, they're swimming very smooth. The 200 backstroke is a tough race. It's really you can underestimate it very easily and go out too fast. But that's a good split for her. 112 going out in 112. She 229 this morning. If she comes back in a 117, she'll equal what she went. But now she's picking up her tempo, and both those top girls are picking up their tempo. So we'll see what the last 25 brings. If going out with Maddie was the right plan for Megan.
Yeah, she looks as though she's got this pretty well wrapped up now. She has a few seconds advantage from the heats this morning, and using her quality as she has to get through.
She was 150. That's that's 20 seconds over 130 pace. So she's looking good to go faster than a 39 on her last 50, and she'll be faster than 229. But still, Megan from Cumbernauld, she's doing a really good job. If you use somebody who's a lot faster than you to help you to get out to a quicker split, that's one way to do it.
Yeah.
And you might realize that she's going to be a lot faster than you, but you're still using their speed to help you to go faster. But Maddie's got a huge lead.
Fantastic.
What's she going to go? She's going to be 27 or so.
Well, it's a very nice swim indeed. Much faster than she was from this morning.
And Megan from Cumbernauld all the way down on a 31, so she took off almost 3 seconds by the looks of it.
As you say, Gary, Megan picked up a few seconds on the morning swim, and I think the 12-year-old comes third. Another swimmer from the London area, Ellie Niles, very much on her entry time from this morning, 2:38, so it was a 2:37.
Kingston is from down in England, eh? So that's very solid swim for 12 years old. Emmeline Eels, awesome swim.
And Megan, unfortunately, doesn't get that opportunity to swim against a really fast swimmers. Those two girls, both from England, South England.
Yeah.
So
but that's what's great about having them come up here for
Indeed.
Scottish Nationals.
So our second final. This is our 14-year-olds making their way poolside. Captions are going rather fast through.
These girls are looking pretty silly. Yeah. What's going on there?
Yeah.
They're going to costume party. They got skirts on. Are they all from the same team?
So go from 0 to 9. Going in lane 0, Abby Craig from University of Aberdeen Performance. 1 is Sarah McGuffey from City of Glasgow. 2, Ella Rousseau from Renfrew Baths. 3 is Rebecca Malling from Bellshill Sharks. 4, Millie Serra from Geary. 5, Abby Coventry from Morpeth. 6, Katie Aitchison from the Wander Baths Club. Her teammate Maddie Hoole goes in lane 7. Then 8, Amy Rimmer, Bellshill Sharks. And 9, Sophia McMahon, University of Aberdeen Performance. So this is the 14-year-old age group. We have bronze medalist from last year, Abby Coventry, who was the second fastest qualifier against swimmer who's the North District champion. Millie Serrell wasn't much in it in the times for qualifying, so.
Oh, very close, both going in with a 27. This should be good.
Let's see how far they got out. They can't.
See, he was
just
cruising
before the 15-metre mark.
Yep.
Most of these young girls won't do that, but important to get a good, strong start. And that's happened for Millie in the blue Capigiri, Gary.
Yeah, it's a good start for Millie. She's really taken it out from Geary. So she was one of the 2 girls that went through this morning with a 2:27. Really good start on the race.
She's got a nice, almost 3/4 of a second advantage over Abby Coventry, swimmer from Morpeth, who comes up regularly to these Scottish meets.
Oh, she's really pushing it. Maybe she was cruising this morning with her 27. Yeah. That's Millie Serrell from Geary. Good fast tempo. She's taking it out.
So Abby Coventry with some work to do to try and claw that back. Millie was 1:12.16. She's about a second faster than she was this morning, whereas Abby Coventry is almost a second slower. Probably leaving a wee bit, you'd think, in the tank, Abby, hopefully to try and come back.
Hopefully, they were going in with almost the same time, so you'd expect it to be close. But sometimes nerves get you, or sometimes somebody just swims a easy swim in the morning just to make the final when they're, already know that they're faster than everybody else.
So Millie Serrell with probably about 2.5, 3 meters advantage now, and that advantage. Good 2 seconds. It's a big shout now for her to come back. Abby Coventry, Rebecca Malling has a couple of seconds almost advantage in third. She's already got a bronze in the 1500 earlier on today, Rebecca.
Oh, and Millie's really bringing it home now. There comes her legs. She's on a fast tempo. She's staying high on the water. So she was planning this race strategy to finish fast like that. That's a very good tempo. That was a very good swim. She's going to be in the low 20s, I hope.
Well, that's a fantastic time, 2:24.26. Taking something like 3 and a bit seconds off that swim from this morning. Abby, I'll be a bit disappointed. She's still second. She got a medal.
Oh, yeah, she's going to be happy with the medal.
Disappointed having not swum much faster than she was earlier on today, but there we are. That's our winner.
That's those girls
well
acting silly and swimming fast.
Yeah.
That's very good. I like it. That was a very good swim. 27. Oh, she must have had a soft touch because I thought she came up with a 28. So she'll be happy with that then. That was faster than she went in the morning, isn't it? Well, she was 27.9 in the morning, so she got a half a second faster. She'll be happy with that.
Indeed.
Sometimes when you hit the wall not quite right, the electronic timing registers, like maybe if you touch with your elbow after you've touched, but you didn't touch hard enough, and it doesn't come up. So that's why they got the manual timers there to back that up. So that must have been a difference that they noticed, and that's good officiating.
So we now move on to our 15-year-old final. In lane 0, representing University of Aberdeen Performance, is Maya Loon. In lane 1, representing the Warner Bass Club, is Rosie Stutchfield. In lane 2, representing Warner Bass Club, is Grace Picken. In lane 3, representing City Glasgow, is Alice Harper. In 4, representing Carnegie, is Ara Gill. In 5, Heather Clubb from Aberdeen Dolphins. In 6, representing South Lanarkshire, Charlotte McGavin. In lane 7, representing City Glasgow, Amy Rowell. In lane 8, representing Warner Bass Club, Ailey Siegel. And in 9, representing South Lanarkshire, Abby Henderson. Well, Ara Gill faster by about 3 seconds in this one, Gary. She'll probably be the way she swims there or thereabouts at the halfway mark. And she does finish.
She's got some work to do on her underwater, though, but she's going to be catching up for a bit. The Aberdeen Dolphin swimmers, they seem to all have very good underwaters. I think that Patrick Miley might have something to do with that.
Yeah. Ara was runner-up in this last year. She'll want to go one better. I think she maybe surprised herself last year getting second place, but having got that number 4 berth, she'll want to nail this one. And she's got a second and a half down on Heather Clubb at this early stage. Heather Clubb, Aberdeen Dolphins, thereabouts. She was a finalist in this, second at the summer meet. And Ara Gill.
Well, she's certainly given Ara Gill a run for her money. Ara was 2:28 this morning, and Heather in lane 5 was 2:31 this morning, and then lane 5 is taking it out faster than Ara. So the far yellow lane is lane 5, and she's got a whole body length on her now. That's she must have been cruising this morning.
And this is where Ara Gill should make a move.
All right, well, that looks like Heather's tempo just slowed down considerably. So
Alice Harper in lane 3's got pretty tidily in third place.
Yeah, she's coming on. She might get a silver medal at that pace.
Ara Gill doesn't look to be doing very much, Gary, but it's all doing everything perfectly. Nice steady rhythm.
Yeah, oh, it looks like that Heather's coming back now.
Yeah.
Here we go. So last 25 meters of the last 50.
This is going to be
It's going to be
tight.
close. Look, they're holding the same stroke rate. It looks like Era's a little faster tempo and just moving up a little bit ahead.
Well,
But it's head to head.
Yeah, Sue wants it. Aragill is coming through very strongly at the death. I did say
It's
she's
going
got
to
a
come
very
down to
strong
the
finish.
touch. Here
She
we-
needs a strong finish to get this one. And it's on the touch. It just
Oh, what's it going to be?
just gets it.
Oh, hundredths of a second.
3
1/800ths. That's close. Great race, girls.
Well, Aragill, Carnegie swims a great race, does. But Heather Clubb has given her one heck of a contest.
What a
great
goal.
swim.
Heather really went for it there on the first 100 and then really sort of slowed her tempo down on the third 50 and then really went for it on the last 50, and that was a really good strategy. I thought that she was getting really tired, but she was actually slowing down her tempo. So that was fantastic. Great finish. It all came down to the touch.
It did. Yeah.
It all came down to the touch. So there, boys and girls listening,
Get that
you can
arm over
do
the
that
right
whole 200
place,
meters
yeah.
and it comes down to fingertips.
Yeah.
So you got to know how your stroke count from the flags to the wall works. And looks like today it was Era touching the wall with a 226.
So presentations, this is the bronze medalist. Eileen Eales from Kingston Royals is the bronze medalist in the 11-13-year-olds. And in the 14-year-old category, Rebecca Malling, our bronze medalist from Bellshill Sharks.
Very good.
Our silver medalist in the 11-13-year-old category from Cumbernauld, Megan Ferris. And in the 40-year-old age group from Morpeth, Abby Coventry.
Abby looks very happy with her swim.
Yeah.
That's great to see. A little smile is a nice thing.
Another one that did a 1500 earlier on.
That's
the second silver medal.
I'll take an edge off.
Yeah, our gold medalist and national age group champion in that 11-13-year-old category from Guildford City, Maddie Markle. And our Scottish national age group champion in the 40-year-old category from Geary, Millie Serrell.
Great swims, girls.
Great.
Very good. Great backstroke swimming. It's nice to see, the times that they're doing are excellent. And with the younger swimmers, their times are actually as fast as the older swimmers.
Indeed.
So that's
Yep.
that really looks good for the future for them.
Good to come all the way up from Guildford and go home with a gold medal, Gary.
That makes it worth it. That
certainly
makes it
helps.
worth
It
it.
helps.
A lot of people come up to the
Yeah.
snags and their child is maybe swimming 150-meter race, and
Yeah.
yeah, I hear that all the time. I drove all the way to Aberdeen for 35 seconds.
Yeah.
But it's the experience, the swimmers just make their first event. They need to know what it's like to be here. It's a bit intimidating the first time to swim in national championships, and once you've done it a few times, it's like that. It's a little bit more relaxed. You're not so freaked out. These girls are not stressed.
Do you think they're acting a script or something the way they're walking on?
Oh,
here? It looks that way.
They've made a plan before
think
they
so.
came out, and they said, "Let's all do this," and that's what they're doing. The West German team used to always do that on the medley relay at the last race of the Olympics. Was always the medley relay, and they always dressed up, and it was always quite funny. Yeah, that's good. Good.
So the lineup.
Here we go.
0 to 9. Chloe Semple, South Lanarkshire. 1, Isla Wheaton, East Lothian Swim Team. 2, Abby McKerney, Inverclyde. 3, Zara Kravitz, East Lothian Swim Team. 4, Lily Rose Carr, Arnold. 5, Abigail Crawford, City Glasgow. 6, Amy Aiken, University of Aberdeen Performance. 7, Lisa McNair, Stirling Swimming. 8, Caitlin Reid, Warner Bass Club. 9, Emily McDougall, Highland Swim Team. And I know there'll be absolutely no bias here from you. But you'll be hoping Lisa has a nice steady swim in lane 7. Nice to see her in the
Stirling swimmers they're in quite a few races tonight, and this is the first one for them. So the Stirling coach is down on deck. We'll be cheering them on. Lisa's an excellent swimmer. Her sister is Susie is older than her, and they're both very, very talented families and very hardworking. They work so hard. You know, they really pick the tough events and train for it.
Indeed. So Lily Rose Cat, a swimmer from Arnold in Nottinghamshire. Another Scot coming up, just proving that you don't have to live in Scotland to be good.
Nope, they come from everywhere.
Yeah.
Even down in England sometimes.
Lily already is a good second.
Well, second place looks like we've got 6 people all vying for second place, but first place there, that's definitely Lily Rose.
So Zara Kravis in lane 3. She's a wee bit to do to make a second and a half up, but nice turn from her.
Yeah, very good turn from Abby. Here they come. This is the medal positions there. Lanes 4, 3, and 2. So, but still, the lanes 5, 6, and 7, and 8 are all very close together. So, it's difficult to see as a swimmer, you know, where everybody is at. But when they're right beside you on backstroke, you can tell.
Yeah.
You know that they're right there. But if the girl that's winning, all those girls will know she's ahead of them, but not by how much.
Yeah,
until you do the turn.
Looking very good.
She's holding 36.5, so she's swimming a lot faster than everybody else as well as you know, sort of already having 2 full body lengths on everybody. She's getting right in next to the lane rope, though. She doesn't want to do that. I've seen swimmers actually hit the lane line and stop, so you definitely don't want to do that. Oh, but here she comes. As Lily Rose is kind of packing it in a little bit.
It's going to be pretty close to 2:21.
Here comes Zara. Zara's coming through. Good touch.
Yeah, 2:21.26. That's a great swim.
23 for Zara Krawick as well. That's good swims.
Zara Kravish should be pleased with that swim.
Kravish.
East District
I've
Championship.
destroyed her last
name. She was
name.
a winner of this last year, but Lily Rose shouldn't have to swim against Lily Rose, but I think Zara's pretty pleased with herself getting second.
2:23, 2:24.
Yeah, and Inverclyde swimmer Abby
2:25.
Yeah,
that was
2:24.55.
27, 27, 27.
Yeah.
That's a close race, and you know those last few places, all within this with 1 second. That comes down to the touch.
Yeah.
And backstroke's tricky because you're swimming backwards, so you really got to know the wall by not looking for the wall. You know, it's the flags, right? And if you get that wrong, you're not going to come up in winning. And the people that can really reach for the wall and know where it is, they're going to win. And they've changed the rules recently. The rules on backstroke have changed. Like before, when you touch the wall, some part of your body had to be out of the water.
Yeah.
But now they don't. You can actually dive for the wall on your back. And I haven't really seen a lot of people take advantage of that. But
I haven't actually seen that, Gary. Yeah, they changed that. It was after you go past the flags, you can be totally submerged.
Yeah. Well, I haven't seen anybody actually
haven't seen anybody
dolphin kick for the wall per se.
Yeah.
But you know that's not to say somebody won't try it.
Yeah.
Like what I think is the problem is people are diving for the wall one-handed. But I think if you dove for the wall with both hands in a streamlined position, that you could go faster or touch better anyways. Like you could touch perfectly in a streamlined position, right? So yeah, that's interesting. The backstroke rules are changing, and the ledges that they have there give you a way better start than in the old days. So many times you would slip on a start, and that's the end of your race on backstroke. You know, you're 2 body lengths behind. You know, good luck.
So this is the 17, 18-year-old backstroke final. Naomi Wilson, Warder Bass 0, Heidi Wren, City Glasgow 1, Erin Ferris, Camborne 2, Coco Crutchford, South Lanarkshire 3, Amber Rigg, Dumfries in 4, Susie McNair, Stirling Swimming in 5. This could be a very good one, this Amber Rigg.
Lisa's sister Susie right
Rosie
in
Foster,
there.
Warder Bass 6, Phoebe Arbuckle, also Warder in 7, Alison Wood, Highland Swim Team 8, and Maya Rogers, Warder Bass in lane number 9. Well, Susie did enough to qualify comfortably from the heats, Amber Rigg looked very nice in the heats as well. Very comfortable in her race.
And you also got Coco Croxford in the race, and Coco was at European Junior Championships, winning medals there. I was talking to her dad this morning, and she was, very pleased with, she won a silver medal at European Championships. Amazing, European Junior Championships, amazing achievement. Oh, this is close. This is all 4 girls, so it's 5, 4, 3, and 2, all close, and lanes 3 and 1 only a stroke behind. Well, this is a race. Here we go. Amber Rigg and Susie in lanes 4 and 5. Amber Rigg touching first, 0.3 ahead. She had a good turn, but here comes Susie. Susie McNair's got very good underwater and is an amazing kicker. Fantastic at kick sets. She's training in Sterling. I've seen her do some amazing kicks.
Best event. Susie's best event.
Backstroke is very.
She's always been very solid at backstroke.
Well, we're going to see here who's saved the legs for the last 50, because in 200 backstroke, if you lose your legs, you're going to lose your tempo, and then that's game over. So if you save your legs for the last 50, you can keep your tempo or speed up. See, there comes the legs. They're both of them are kicking. There we go. And lane 3 as well is coming on. That's Coco.
Coco's at least got herself.
Coco's got some finish to her.
Yeah.
200 fly swimmer. She's not going to be fading at anything.
So it looks like Amber Riggs
looks like Amber's got it.
Here.
Yeah. Amber's just got that last bit of kick.
Yeah.
Susie's not only 1 stroke behind, but Amber definitely finished that last 50 faster than Susie, and Coco not far behind with a 3rd place. 2:17, 2:18, 2:20.
Just a wee bit faster than she was, fractionally faster than she was from this morning.
Amber, yes.
I was expecting a wee bit more from Susie, but sometimes you can't just pull it all out.
No, well, she's probably got about 3 or 4 races left tonight. Maybe she thought, well, I might not win this.
Well, there we are,
save it for something else.
2:17.36.
No, 2:18 is a fantastic swim. Those
races.
are good swimmers, and it's okay for people all to swim fast. They all train hard.
Yeah.
And so, that when you come second, sometimes that's got to motivate you. It makes you a little bit upset or angry. You go back to training and you train harder.
Indeed.
And that's what it takes sometimes, is a little bit of getting beaten to say, right, I'm not gonna let that happen again. And that's some good swims. Under 2:20 are world-class times.
Yeah.
The backstroke has been around 2:20. Under 2:10 is phenomenal, but under 2:20 for these girls is very, very good.
Yeah, very good.
So we'll see what their future is for this for 200 backstroke.
They don't get much time to recover.
No, he's still breathing hard. Get your T-shirt on, and there you go.
So I think we'll do the medal presentations for the 15 and then the 16s and give them
a
little chance for the 17-year-olds to get up there. So bronze medalist from City of Glasgow in the 15-year-old category is Alice Harper from City of Glasgow. And the bronze medalist in the 16-year-old category from Inverclyde is Abby McKinney. Moving to the 50-year-old silver medalist from Aberdeen Dolphins, it's Heather Clubb. Hopefully they're organising the medals there. I think there's a bit
you don't want to give a bronze medal to a silver medal swimmer. They won't be happy about that.
And in the 16-year-old category from East Lothian Swim Team, silver medal to Sarah Travis.
That's another very good swimming family. That's got an older brother that's also swam, I think, at European Juniors. It's very
15-year-old Ara Gill is the Scottish National Age Group champion, gold medalist from Carnegie. Well done to her, and also well done to Lily Rose Carr from Arnold Swimming Club, our gold medalist in the 16-year-olds.
So this is the Scottish champion who trains in Scotland.
Scottish.
Yeah.
So she is the Scottish champion.
It's not just from a Scottish club, it's Scottish.
She is, she has designated that she is a Scot.
She could swim at the Commonwealth Games for Scotland. I think they just changed the rules for now in swimming that you don't have to wait 3 years, you only have to wait 1 year or something. Yeah. That's a very recent change with...
So bronze medalist in that 17-year-old age group, Coca Croxford, South Lanarkshire. Silver medalist,
Susie McNair.
Susie McNair from Stirling Swimming. And the gold medalist and Scottish national age group champion from Dumfries, Amber Rigg.
There's all the top backstroker girls. All these girls will be a potential to get on a national team or
indeed
Commonwealth Games team for Scotland. Every one of those girls will have a chance, and the other girls, to be fair.
Yeah.
But you know, they've got these ones that got a good start. Got a foot in the door. Because at the Commonwealth Games, you can take 3 swimmers in every event potentially, as long as they make the qualifying time.
Yep.
So this Commonwealth Games is probably the first step to most swimmers' international career. Swimming for Scotland is different than these boys.
Yeah.
It's different than swimming for Great Britain. There's, there's a lot more competition on the.
Yeah.
Oh, we got more swimmers dressed up in wigs and tutus again. Good to see, having fun. He's a bit more serious, Andrew.
Yeah.
He's got his game face on. Right, Aiden's got some intensity. He's gonna win. I'm putting my money on him. Glenn's got his game face on. Alex has got his game face on too.
Yeah.
See, and young guy Johnston, he's ready.
So this is the 11, 13-year-old 100 meters male and open backstroke. Guy Johnston in 0 from Hartlepool Lothian, Alec Jakubidis, Inverclyde 2, Glenn Geddes, University of Aberdeen Performance. Gary's winner is going to come from lane 3 apparently.
Yeah, Glenn, he's pumped.
He's a laid back one. Andrew Fernando, Warner Bass in 4, Rhys Ferguson from Ren 96 in 5, Robert Hammond, Warner Bass in 6, Oliver Peel, Geary in 7, Nicky Titch, Stirling Swimming in 8, and Finn Carter, University of Aberdeen Performance in 9.
A lot of these 13-year-old boys, this might be the very first final at Snags of their entire career, because at 12 years old, there's no 12-year-olds in this race.
Yeah.
So it's quite often every year is like that. All the 13-year-old boys are just a little bit bigger than the 12-year-old boys, so it's pretty hard to make a final at 12. And so all these boys, this will be their first experience. So it looks like some of them got game face on and some of them got the yellow wig afro on. And here they go. It's pretty close. The first 50.
Going well in 5 already.
All right, and Aidan Downey, he's the pumped up one.
Coming through very strong is Andrew Fernando.
And,
nothing in it.
Andrew Fernando from Warrender.
But Aidan Downey's
close.
Not far off it.
Aidan Downey's coming back. Here he comes. He's out. It's 100 backstroke, not the 200 backstroke.
Yeah.
I got to keep that in my head. So these guys are going out quite fast for a 200 backstroke. But it's the 100 back. Here they go. This is it. Coming to the wall. Let's see who's got the touch.
Well, Andrew in 4, Rhys in 5.
Oh, it's going to be close.
Andrew's just going to hang in. No,
it's dead even on the same stroke. Who touched the wall first?
Yeah, Rhys is.
The time didn't come up. The time didn't come up.
Andrew's second.
So he's not second. It's hundredths of a second apart. So Rhys touched the wall at a 10.13. I would say Andrew is somewhere on 10.13. It's going to be the timers with the plunger. 10.37. It was closer than that.
Much closer than that.
I disagree.
Yeah.
Yeah, it seemed it came down to the fingertip, so that should have been hundredths of a second. But you
But
know,
as
the
you say,
electronic
if they
timing
hit
is.
the pads hard enough, you then have the backup
do.
button, which might be a fraction slower than the actual touch, which didn't register.
Yeah.
But it looked more than a fraction.
They basically touched the wall at the same time, so you know they will come down to hundredths of a second.
Yeah.
But if you don't touch the wall quite heavy enough, then it won't register.
Yeah.
It is an actual mechanism, right? It's not just touch the touchpad. You have to press the touchpad so that the two metal plates that are on the back side of it touch each other, and they're really close together, but you know they're not together.
Yeah.
So it's not just touching the wall; it's pushing the touchpad. So, but that was an exciting race. That was really good to see. You know, sort of those young guys, all 13, coming right down to the finish.
Yeah.
You got to know your stroke count from the flags to the wall. If you don't know what's going to happen. But you can win that race with a good touch.
So second of the races for the guys this evening, our 14-year-old final. 0, Nathan Zorrell, Dumfries teammate, Stuart Henry in 1, Harry Swarbrick, Carnegie in 2, Daniel Coombe, Perth City 3, Julian O'Croy, Delting, Dolphins 4, Brogan Smith, Glenrothes 5, Andrew Liu, Steprock 6, Liam Henry, North Ayrshire 7, Ross Winters, East Lothian Swim Team 8, Daniel Letham, Cumbernauld in 9.
Well, it looks like lane 4, Julian
O'Croy
from,
it's a question of
Delting. That must be down in England somewhere.
Yeah.
Coming. He went 103 this
Delton
morning.
Dolphins is, I think, is Shetland.
Oh, is it? Well, I apologize to the Shetlanders.
Yeah.
A wonderful place. I love the Shetland Islands. I went up there for the World Island Games a long time ago with Alison, and stayed with the family there. It was amazing. Very, very friendly place is the Shetland Islands. Really nice.
Brogan Smith was a second fastest qualifier. Don't discount him in this one. 30.41, 30.62.
Oh, that's close. Brogan and Julian, 2/10 of a second apart. They were neck and neck. They got the same tempo. With 25 meters to go, they basically are the same.
At the moment, it's advantage with Julian.
Yeah, definitely. Julian's finishing this race faster. He's coming through under the flags.
But, Julian's got this one. Brogan second, and Andrew third.
Yeah, good swims. A little slower than this morning, but you know maybe the the pressure of the race was a bit much, but you know you still win, so that's a good job. And forever I'll know that Delting is in Shetland Islands. I was in Lerwick, in the capital, and it's really amazing cliffs and the weather just constantly changes there. Yeah. It's amazing. We stayed in this place where it had this huge bay window, could see the ocean and the bay, and every hour you had different weather. It was unbelievable, beautiful. I love the brochs. That they have the huge old. I think Neolithic, but I'm not sure. Stone broch there. It's almost completely intact. It's the most intact broch that exists in the world, and it's one of the most amazing things about Scotland is that's the only place that they are.
Yeah.
So what age group have we got now? That's the 15-year-olds.
Yeah.
Or that's the big boys.
Yeah.
The 15-year-old always think that they're the big boys, but they're not quite the big boys yet.
Yeah, 0, Adam Selby Finns, 1, Alex Holmes, Glenrothes, 2, Blake Herdman, Inverclyde, 3, Angus Woods, Kintyre, 4, Nikolai Sisnet, the only one under the minute and will be strongly fancied, City Glasgow, 5, Harry Cook, Aberdeen Dolphins, 6, Navy Singular, Highland Swim Team, 7, Austin McPherson, Geary, 8, Zachary Weatherhead, Bankery, and 9, Aidan Anderson, University of Aberdeen Performance. Well, Nikolai Sisnet won this.
Nikolai is a very dominant swimmer at his age group. He's an outstanding talent.
Yeah, I'll be shocked if he's not winning this by a fair distance. But,
Yeah, he's got.
Everybody's got a lane.
Yep, that is true, and anything can happen. But Nikolai does look like a step above just with his underwater work. He's coming up almost a body length ahead of the rest of the field. And that's sort of underwater work that takes time to perfect. So, he's been working on that.
The other strength, he virtually surfaced 14.5 meters from the wall.
Yeah, that's getting it exactly right. You can't go past 15 meters or you get disqualified. So he's been working on that with his coaching team. There we are at the 50, 28.8. So, he's on pace to go under a minute again, and very good underwater off the 50 turn. And now he's even picking up his pace. He's actually going faster now. He might be even splitting this race. He's very high on the water. He's catching the water, right behind his head. So he's getting a full range of motion. He's under the flags.
Might get second here.
A little bit off on his touch, but his underwater was amazing. 58.7. Very good swim. Angus Wood second, 101. So, he had more than a body length on those boys. But,
well, wait for that to be confirmed, Gary. But if you actually look at, rewind that at some point and look at that live stream that we've just had, maybe singular.
You think he went faster?
103.18. I'm sure he should have been a lot faster than that.
He kind of mistimed his touch a little bit. I thought he was going to reach.
Harry Cook, my apologies. Harry Cook, I think, should have been faster.
Oh, with the second place.
Lane, he finished fourth. Yeah, I think he should have been second.
I wonder if that's the same lane.
Got
maybe.
The arm down, as did.
Is that lane 5?
Lane 5. Yeah.
And was it lane 5 that didn't come up properly? Maybe they got something wrong with the touchpad there.
So medalists. In Downey in the 13-year-old age group from University of Aberdeen Performance is the bronze medalist. And Andrew Lewis, step rock bronze medalist. And the 14-year-olds are silver medalists from Warner Bass. In the 11-13-year-olds was Andrew Fernando. And from Glenrothes, Brogan Smith in that 40-year-old category. Our 13-year-old Scottish National Age Group champion from Renton, 96, Rhys Ferguson. And our Scottish National Age Group champion in the 14-year-old from Delton Dolphins, Julian O'Croy.
When you look at the difference in the size of those boys, and that's a funny thing that happens with age group swimming. Is when you start your growth spurt is a lot different per individual, and that young guy. He might think, I'll never be, tall. But his time will come, But if he can medal as a smaller, he's basically competing in the next age group up, almost, right? Because those kids are so much biologically mature, but chronologically they're the same age. But if you can survive that as a late bloomer, then you'll have a really great future.
Yeah. It's the 16-year-old final, Gary. We have going in 9, it was Connor Swinney, Derwent's side and Gateshead. 8 was Connor Aspinall, East Lothian swim team. 7, Cameron Haddo, University of Aberdeen Performance. 6 was Aaron Drake from the Warner Bass Club. 5, James Kilpatrick, Carnegie. 4, Finlay Bruce, Perth City. 3, Ethan Collins, Stirling Swimming.
Oh, looks like Fraser Vandermeulen's got the game face on there. That looks good.
Carnegie, 1 Alfie Price, Orkney, and someone called Fraser Vandermeulen.
Fraser Vandermeulen, my youngest son. Yeah, that's good luck, Fraser.
Yeah,
that's as biased as I'm going to get. Anybody's race.
3 of the guys, 1 minute plus 1:00:43, 1:00:62, 1:00:65. That's Finlay Bruce, James Kilpatrick, Ethan Collins.
Yeah, that goes to show how strong the Nikolai Cisnet was. Is he
these guys
under a minute in these
at a full
age group
second
up?
or so. Yeah.
So it's still good though. A minute for the middle 3 lanes. Well, let's see who's got the underwater work done here. It looks like
Strong start in lane 3 and 4. Lane 3 smartly away. Ethan Collins.
well, it looks like Ethan Collins is going for it. He's
gone
taking
for
it out.
Yeah, he's means business.
Yeah, that's a good fast tempo. I've been
And
helping Ethan a little bit with his tempo, so I still help out swimmers all the time, and Ethan is really a very, very clever boy. He asks all the right questions. How do I do this? And how do I do this? And how do I do this? And that's how you learn. You know, as a swimmer, you got to ask your coach questions. It looks like the Fraser Vanderbilt is not doing too bad. If he holds his tempo, he might be able to just touch out lane 3, and that's usually third place. But Ethan got past just there at the end. He really had to. Well, he went for it. You know, Ethan went for it, and that's a good swim. I can't see that bottom lane. Fraser 102. Ethan really went for it. Tried to win that race.
Minute, 59.
Fantastic.
58.90.
Under a minute.
9:30. And James Kilpatrick, who was slowly away, Gary.
Yeah, he had a tough start.
That's what cost James potentially silver from the heats. He was the second fastest, but Ethan went out fast and
well, it looks like Ethan, you know, decided, right, this is my strategy. I'm going to really go for it. And, you know, that's a good strategy, especially in backstroke, because if you get ahead, they can't really see you. And, you know, you can see them. So that's, you know, that's a really important, you know, strategic thing in backstroke, is if you go out in front and you can see everybody else, you can wait. Okay, he's starting to turn up his tempo. I'll turn up the tempo too, and then you stay out in front. But I think Ethan kind of paid for it there, but it was still really good to see.
The main thing, he goes back with a silver rather than a bronze.
Yeah, that's not a bad thing.
That's the
not
bonus
a bad thing.
But
yeah, he gets to go on the podium. Oh, there's another Vandermeulen.
Yeah.
Got the game face on. All these boys there. They're no fooling around. They're not getting the pink afro wigs. Magnus is ready to go to battle.
So 0 to 9, N0. You saw him just making his way pro side. Mano Drysdale, Warner Bask. 1, Magnus Morris, Stirling Swimming. 2, Logan Jackson, University of Aberdeen Performance. 3 is Logan van der Meulen, Stirling Swimming. 4, Harry Sharp, Warner Bastard. 5, Jack Doherty Simpson, City Glasgow. 6 is Edward Bell, Seagulls. 7, Jensen Norris. 8, Corey Phillip, both Perth City. And 9, Jed Armitage from a Highland swim team. 3 guys under the minute. Logan van der Meulen, 59.67. Harry Sharp, 58.17. Jack Doherty Simpson, 58.77.
Well, it looks like it's going to be a close race. 3 boys entered under, or did heat swim under a minute.
Yeah.
So we'll see who was cruising to get under a minute and who was going for it. See if there's something left in the tank. All right, off they go. How's the underwater work? It looks like lane 2 has got the best underwater. That's Tyler Spalding. No, it isn't. I was looking at the wrong race. Logan Jackson from Aberdeen Performance. So, yeah, that dolphin kicking work that they're doing up here in Aberdeen is really paying off for their swimmers. Very close going into the 50. But still in lane 2, has still got the lead. Logan's going out 28.5. But it's very close in the middle of the pool.
Harry Sharp just shading it. Jack Doherty Simpson, though, coming through strongly in 5. Gary.
Yeah, he's coming back. Jack is coming back. Harry is still holding on.
Yeah, looks like it's Jack's race now.
Logan Vandermeulen's got a really fast tempo on his last 15 meters. It's going to come down to the touch on these boys.
Jack just
and
a little bit ahead. 7. Jensen Norris just ahead of Logan van der Meulen for bronze. 5 of them under the minute.
That's very good.
57.95, 58.11, 1600 in it. And Jensen Norris 59.22 in third.
59.22 is 2:01 this morning, so looks like he had a little bit left in the tank. Well, quite a bit faster, almost 2 seconds faster. Logan was a little bit. Logan was about the same, or 2/10 faster.
Yeah.
And those boys in the middle of the pool were going nice, going really well coming off the wall in the last 15 meters. That was Jack just had a little bit more on the finish, but it was very close on the end. But these guys know how to touch the wall.
So medal presentations again. This is our 15 and 16-year-olds being presented first of all.
Yeah, that's Nikolai. Oh no, bronze medal.
And the 15-year-old age category.
Harry Cook from Carnegie.
Aberdeen Dolphins, Harry Cook, bronze medalist, and James Kilpatrick in the 6-year-old Carnegie is the bronze medalist.
There's Ethan Collins from Sterling.
Angus Switch from
silver
Kintyre,
medal. Well
silver.
done, Ethan. Good swim.
And, Ethan Collins, silver medalist.
And
the
Nikolai.
50-year category, gold medalist and Scottish National Age Group champion from City Glasgow, Nikolai Sisnet. And in the 16-year-old category, our gold medalist and Scottish National Age Group champion from Perth City, Finlay Bruce.
So when you look at that Nikolai's time, would have ranked him in the medals on every age group.
Yeah.
And that was him in the 15-year-old category, but in 16, 17, and 18, he was as fast, if not faster. So that young man he's got a great future.
Bronze medalist in the 13-year-old in the 17-18 was Jensen Norris, Perth City. Harry Sharp just presented with the silver medal from Warner Bass, and our gold medalist from City Glasgow, Scottish National Age Group champion Jack Doherty Simpson. As you said, you've got a 16-year-old Ethan Collins, who's the smallest of that bunch there, Gary.
Yeah. Yeah, there's, and
he nearly got it.
There's a big difference between chronological age and biological age, and so you've got late developers, you got early developers, and you got all the people in the middle, and that plays a role in age group swimming. Sometimes you get somebody who's a real early developer who is a lot bigger than the rest of the swimmers they race against, and they think, wow, this is going to be easy, I'm going to be the best forever. I'm the GOAT.
Yeah.
But once the playing field is leveled and everybody has reached their genetic potential in terms of height, that's when the playing field is more fair. So quite often you get swimmers that are really good at a young age that are just really big, and as soon as they start losing, they're like, oh, this is not funny anymore. And you lose those swimmers. And then the older ones that are small, they sometimes stop because they don't win anything. And so, it's a bit of a psychological game in the young age groups. Right, now we're in on the front crawl.
Yeah.
100 free.
100 free, 11 to 13s. Ailsa Chan, South Lanarkshire, Megan Ferris in 1, Cumbernauld 2, Robin Maxwell, Dumfries 3, Emily Taylor, South Lanarkshire, Maddie Marco, Guildford City in 4, Gracie Brooks, Hamilton Aquatics 5, Alia Wilson, Perth City 6, Beth Gillis, South Lanarkshire 7, Gracie Chris, teammate in 8, and Phoebe McLaughlin, Cumbernauld in 9. Two middle lanes just sheeding at the moment. Gary along with lane 3, Maddie Marco in 4, Emily in 3, Gracie in 5.
Maddie Marco just finished her 200 backstroke and from the middle of the pool, and now she's leading this 100 front crawl. Very strong swimmer, good 200 back and 100 free. 29 going out.
Yeah. So don't think she'll be under the minute with that time, but it'll be pretty close to it.
Yeah, she was a minute point in the morning.
Yeah.
It looks like she's got the legs to finish this race, though. She's not slowing down.
Finishing extremely strongly, and she's just pulling away quite
really
significantly. She might actually get under the minute.
Yeah. Oh, close. A minute point 2.
Yeah.
That's
a great
almost
comeback.
as close as you can get.
Yeah, full second faster than Gracie Brooke, who finished second. ahead of Emily Taylor. But coming back 30-50, Gary, going out in a 29.73. It's pretty impressive without the dive.
Yeah, that's, basically even splitting. She didn't look like she was slowing down. She looked like she was actually speeding up there in the end. So great fitness from the Guildford team. We got the 14-year-old girls now. Looks like Charlotte Craig is very keen.
Yeah, Charlotte Craig is ran 96 in 9. And 8 from City Glasgow is Lula Milne. Then 7 from Tynemouth, Sophia Anderson. Then 6 from City Glasgow, Sarah McGuffey. 5 from the Bass Club's Maddie Hoole. 4 from Guildford City, Bohemian McCready. Then 3 from University of Aberdeen Performance, Sophia McMahon. In lane 2 from Midlothian, Olivia Davis. In lane 1 from Orkney, Tasman Blofield. And in lane 0 from Geary, Millie Searle. This is the 14-year-olds 100 freestyle final.
These girls are from 101 to 103, so that's pretty close from the heat swims.
Yeah.
Only 2 seconds separating them. So, really anybody could win in a race that's close. That is that close. So we'll see who's got see if anybody was holding back.
Yeah.
Holding back some cards. Yeah, that's University of Aberdeen Performance coming up ahead again.
Yeah.
Great dolphin kicking. But that's lane 4.
Yeah,
coming
Poppy's
away
now
with
got to
it.
work.
Looks like Poppy wants this one.
Yeah. Maddie Hoole, though, in 5's not far behind Gary.
No, and Sophia McMahon is right there too. 3 of them right very close together. So 0.2 of a second basically separating them.
Might have to get under the minute to win this one.
Yeah, but it looks like the Poppy and Maddie had the turn. Sophia, she had the start, but not quite the turn. Well, we're coming down to the last 25. It's going to come down to the touch again.
I think Maddie's going to get this one.
They're on the same
she
stroke.
Wants it stronger.
There we go.
Maddie Hoole from warmed up.
Very good finish. Oh, took an extra stroke there, but she still won. That was good.
Yeah, well done to Maddie Hoole.
She was kind of on a half stroke.
Yeah.
She had to get a quick touch. Great swimming. Fantastic.
And
1
that's
minute.
what you'll like to see at the end of the race.
Minute 0.1. So that was a little bit faster than the previous heat, actually. So.
And well done, Sophie McMahon, bronze medalist. Behind those 2, well done to Maddie Hoole, taking that one.
Now the 15-year-old girls.
15's Amelia Burrow from Glenrothes goes in lane 9. In lane 8 from Carnegie, Fia Keeling. In 7 from City Glasgow's Alice Harper. In lane 6 from University of Aberdeen, Maya Loon. In lane 5 from Dumfries is Amber Hinton. In lane 4 from Heart of Midlothian, Lily Mundell. In 3 from South Ayrshire, Brooke Stevenson. Teammate Gracie Haddo goes in 2. In 1, City Glasgow's Honor McCarty. And in lane 0, another South Ayrshire swimmer, Connie Hart. This is the girls' 15-year-old 100 metres freestyle final.
Well, Lily Mundell this morning was a 59.3, so she's got almost a second lead on Amber Hinton in lane 5, and then another second and a half as the rest of those middle lanes. Brooke Stevenson 101 in lane 3, Grace Hotto 101 in lane 2, and Maya Loon 101. So third place is very tight, but looks like Lily Mundell is based on her heat swim anyways.
Smart money might be on Lily Mundell, having won this last year. Taking it again. But Amber Hinton will come back in the final 50 metres, you can guarantee. But she's out very smartly, isn't she, Gary?
Yes, very good
Already a body
start.
length
You know,
clear.
great underwater, nice smooth underwater from University of Aberdeen Performance, and you can really tell that they spend time working on their dives and their underwater dolphin kick. Well, it looks like a solid lead.
Gracie Haddo going well in lane 2, but 27.95. I think she's the only one that's going to be well under a minute. It's all about second, Gary.
Well, that's Heart of Midlothian swim cap. It kind of looked like University of Aberdeen, but that's Heart of Midlothian, Lily Mundell with that amazing dive.
Here comes Amber Hinton for silver medal and possibly
Oh, she's
Maya
definitely
Loon.
got this one.
Amber Hinton takes second behind Maya Loon, but Lily Mundell, what a 57.73. No wonder she's delighted with that
very
time.
good swim. Heart of
What a
Midlothian in Edinburgh, a fantastic club. I think Phil Potter's still there, I'm not sure. Probably is.
Yeah,
He's been
Mikhail
there for
will be
ages.
delighted with that one.
Fantastic swim. That's a really good swim. You know, from her heat, she took off almost 2 seconds, and at that speed, that's almost 2 meters. So that's a whole body length faster from the morning. So she'll be pleased with that swim.
Yeah, she could almost be swimming with the 17, 18-year-olds.
That's it. The 17, 18-year-old going into the final, the fastest swim is a 57.6. So she's only 1/10 of a second off that. So at 15, she's swimming very well for her age compared to the older swimmers.
So Emily Taylor from South Lanarkshire is the bronze medalist. And in the 14-year-olds group, Sophia McMahon from University of Aberdeen Performance. Gracie Brooks is the silver medalist from Hamilton Aquatics. And in the 14-year-old gauge group from Guildford City, Poppy McCready. She looks pleased.
Yeah, all these girls look very happy with their swims, and rightfully so. They're standing on the podium at the Scottish Nationals. There's nobody in the whole country that are as good as they are. Which is
Our teammate Maddie Markle from Guildford City is the 13-year-old gold medalist and Scottish National Age Group champion. And Mary Houle is the 14-year-old gold medalist and Scottish National Age Group champion. Well done to these girls, and the obligatory and most important thing after all that is the photos.
Yeah, oh yeah, you gotta
get it right.
Put it on your social media.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's. Let's see if these girls are going to wear their medals to dinner tonight. then you really know that they're happy.
Yeah.
All right, so this is the 16-year-old girls.
Yeah. Ella Cunningham.
And Lucy Hall, and then Anna Lawson, Molly Irving Watson.
Yeah. Sarah Ross, City Glasgow, 9. Caitlin Reid, Wanda Bass, 8. Anna Lawson, East Lothian swim team. Molly Irving Watson, you've just seen. Dumfries, Lexi Lamont, Aberdeen. Evie Mackey, South Lanarkshire. Abby McKerney, Inverclyde. Sarah Kravis, East Lothian swim team. Lucy Hall, East Lothian swim team. And in lane 0, from City Glasgow, Ella Cunningham.
Well, and some of these girls will have already swam the 200 backstroke, so that's a tough double to swim 200 backstroke and 100 free. 2 races that you really rely on your legs a lot. So the strategy for the evening to do the backstroke race and then right away do warm down and get prepared for your next race. If you don't do that, then the second race can be very difficult. You know, if you're still carrying your lactic acid from your first race.
You've got Evie Mackey in this one.
Yeah, and Lucy
I think
Hall,
had a 1500
Sarah
free
Frolic.
earlier.
Yeah, I think.
And drop. It just shows
Molly,
how versatile she is. She can come into this fastest qualifier in 100 free. So off we go.
Good underwater.
Nice start from Evie.
Yeah, very good. Very recently was the American NC2As, and the underwater dolphin kick at that short course yards meet was absolutely incredible. And so coaches are really starting to realize that if you're missing out on underwater dolphin kick, you're missing the boat.
Yeah.
And you see how much of an advantage you get with a really amazing dolphin kick. You know, the Evie Mackey is
it's all about second here. Zara Kravis desperately trying to get into second place in lane 2.
Yeah, very close.
Overtake Abby McKerney.
Abby is coming on strong. So is Zara. Well, it looks like Zara's got this for silver.
This is Evie Mackey's race by a big margin.
Very good
Zara
swim
Kravis
in lane 2.
Takes second,
Zara
just ahead of.
Great swim, 59.0.
Well, Zara
Zara was 101 this morning.
That's Evie Mackey, that's not Zara Kravis.
In lane 2, second place.
Yeah, Zara Kravis.
It says that she came first.
The caption did have Zara's winning that, but that was Evie Mackey on camera shot.
That's
Abby McKerney.
Those touch pads.
Was third. I did think Abby McKerney in lane 3 was the third one home, and she's done really well to get third place. With Zara getting past her.
Zara dropping more than
by
2
a
seconds.
big margin.
Yeah, fantastic.
Another very fast time there, just over 57 seconds. Very similar to Lily Mandel. So our 17-18-year-old final. Sophie Steele goes in 9 from South Ayrshire. In lane 8 from Midlothian, Charlotte Thompson. In lane 7 from Warner Bass Club, Ashley Drake. In lane 6 from the Warner Bath Club is Phoebe Arbuckle. In lane 5 from Orkney is Eve Wood. In lane 4 from Perth City, Catherine Renfrew. In lane 3 from Warner Bass Club, Kiana Kurtzer. In lane 2 from Heart of Midlothian, Leda Witherspoon. In lane 1, South Ayrshire's Ailey Robertson looking pretty relaxed, as is Orla McInnes, a Hearts swimmer, in lane 0.
Well, this is the oldest age group at Scottish Nationals, so 17 and 18-year-olds. Catherine Renfrew was the fastest this morning with 57.6.
Yeah, she looked very relaxed this morning in the early heats. Expect her to go quite a bit faster than that, 57.80.
Perth City Swim Club is very strong swimmers.
Yeah.
Anne Dixon does a very good job there.
Really good job up there, doesn't she, Gary?
Yes, having swimmers with Olympic medals, so this doesn't get much better than that. One of the top coaches in Scotland.
Nice start from Eve Wood in 5. Catherine Renfrew now gets to work in 4, Gary.
Yeah, it's actually looking closer than I thought it was going to.
Now Catherine is really beginning to motor and pull away, I think, Gary, as we reach the halfway mark.
Yeah, just starting to, from the 35 meters to right to 50, she really powered through the turn and off the wall. But Evie Wood from Orkney is coming back very strong.
Now Catherine's still got a wee bit to do. She's holding them pretty comfortably though.
Yeah, it's very close for third place. Third place is almost anybody right now. Lane 3, lane 2, lane 6,
Catherine
lane 7.
Looks like lane 3, Kiana Kurtzer.
It's going to be third place. That's
was just Kiana
3
Kurtzer.
Warrender swimmers all vying for third place.
It
And
was.
who got it there?
Catherine
Kiana.
Renfrew, 57.56. Gets the job done, but I thought she'd have been a bit faster than that, Ian. Gary, in that one. Eve Wood, 58.34, as you see. 58.75, 58.78, 58.88, 58.91.
It's very, very close.
From Warner and Hearts vying for that bronze.
There's the Edinburgh teams vying for the bronze. That was close. That was a very close race, and she, that was faster than the morning.
Yeah.
For Catherine, so that's it's a good swim to swim 2:57s in one day is awesome.
So Maya Loon is the bronze medalist in the 15-year-old category. In the 6-year-old category, bronze medalist to Inverclyde's Abby McKerney. In the 50-year-old bronze medalist is Dumfries' Amber Hinton. And the 16-year-olds, Sarah Kravis from the Slovenian swim team. Gold medalist and Scottish National Age Group champion in the 15-year-old category from Heart of Midlothian, Lily Mendel. And in the 16-year-old age group, our Scottish National Age Group champion, gold medalist from South Lanarkshire, Evie Mackey.
Yes, great swims by these girls. Very impressive.
17, 18-year-olds have just recovered and make their way over to the podium.
Well, all these swimmers have got a great chance for, you know, making the Scottish team. The winner of the 100 free obviously gets chosen for Commonwealth Games, but you take the top 4 to the Commonwealth Games, and sometimes the top 5 or maybe even top 6, depending on how fast the 5th and 6th swimmers are. So a lot of swimmers, you know, vie for the 100 free purposefully to get on a national team, and that's a great place to start. You get on a national team, get that international experience.
So Kenna Kurtzer, bronze medalist in that 17-18. Eve Wood, silver medalist. And the gold medalist in the 17-18 Scottish National Group champion, right in the middle there, Catherine Renfrew from Perth City. As our camera switches to
the cameraman fell over.
Yeah, I think they were getting themselves organised because they start at the other end.
From Monty Feith, Elliot Winton. All these boys will be at their first snags.
One of our smaller clubs, Gary, Elliot Winton, making the final in lane 9. Wanda Bass, Ruby Lee in lane 8. Aidan Downey, University of Aberdeen Performance is 7th. From Stirling Swimming, Nikki Titch. In lane 5 from North Ayrshire, Cameron Miller. In lane 4 from Hamilton Aquatics, Adam Hensham. In lane 3 from the Wanda Bass Club, Harry Stutchfield. In lane 2 from Glenrothes is Lyle McKelvey. In lane 1 from Mogambia's Den, Adam Khan. And in lane 0 from Ren 96, Reese Ferguson. Well, 2 12-year-olds managed to make the breaststroke final in this one. 11,
yes, 2 12-year-olds, one from Warrender, one from Mulgai. That's quite an accomplishment for, you know, a 12-year-old to make it into a 13 and under final at the national championships. So well done, you know, right off the bat, you know, before you even start the final. It's amazing that they made it. But this is these young guys, this will be the first major final for them most likely, unless they made the 12 as a 12-year-old last year.
Yeah,
but most of them
won't have.
Won't, you know, so this will be, you know, like this. 2 of them next year will have had finals experience, most likely. So we'll see what these guys got in this 200 breaststroke. That was a good fair start. The underwater dolphin kick is now part of the breaststroke pullout. That was a rule change a while ago. And all these guys look like they're swimming nice and long. So that's lane 5. That's Cameron Miller from North Ayrshire. It's just a slight lead. There's really 2 distinct styles of breaststroke that are on the international scene. One is a wave breaststroke and one is sort of a flatter style breaststroke. Like Adam Peaty is a much flatter style, but the wave style is more 200 breaststroke type swimmers. So you'd expect to see some of these boys doing a nice wave style where they can dive their head underwater, because that's a rule change that happened a while ago now. 1984, you couldn't put your head underwater at the Olympics, but 1988 you could. So that's, you know, that's a long time ago. But it's just getting your head underwater makes it a little bit easier to travel through the water. So a wave style was developed, and then the trick was what was underwater and what was on the surface, and so it just became too hard to officiate. And so they decided to change the rules. But that's a good split. Adam Hessam is leading from lane 4. So lane 4, lane 5, those are the two fastest going into this final. And then in the 1930s, the Japanese team at the Olympics, they swam the whole length underwater, breaststroke, and they were a lot faster, so they decided to change the rules to, once you did your first pull and kick, you had to come up and stay on the surface. So all these rules, you know, come to swimming for various, you know, reasons like that, like the 15-meter rule and dolphin kicking. That was a rule change because people were swimming all the way underwater dolphin kick. But this young man has got a solid lead. Adam Hessam he's got 5-second lead, so he's definitely the class of this field. Adam with a 2:50 this morning. He's 3 seconds faster than the next fastest swimmer. Well, it looks like he's got more than 3 seconds now. It looks like he's on fire.
Got an entry time of 2:47.98 to come
2:47.
2:47.
So he was 3 seconds over his PB this morning, so he was just kind of swimming smooth, but this is looking good. So that's on 2:40 now, so he's gonna have a big improvement if he gets to the wall. There we go, that's a PB, 1 second under his best time. He'll be pleased with that. Third place is really close. Here we go on the touch.
Yeah, you can see Lyle McKelvey gets his hand position in a perfect spot to be.
Yeah, he kind of smashed the wall. He touched it hard. That was good. I thought he touched with flat hands, though. I thought he'd missed it, but he got it. That's great. He's going to be on the podium with that finish from lane 2. That's a big step. Lane 2 is 7th place going into a final, so going from 7th to 3rd is big. Aiden Dowie got DQ'd.
Yeah, 2 disqualifications, lanes 0 and 7 for technical infractions there, Gary.
Lane 0 and 1?
It could be anything.
Could be. And generally, it's on a turn that you would get disqualified. Not quite touching with 2 hands or doing an extra dolphin kick underwater, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Generally not the stroke. I thought the start was fair, so I don't think it came from the start. Yeah. But the disqualification, they don't really say what it is. They used to always kind of, you would find out what it was, but...
Yeah, something we can't tell you. We never get told, so we
Technical infraction. Yeah. Yeah, breaststroke rules are quite... there's quite a few breaststroke rules, so you have to have your feet kicking simultaneously, and you have to touch the wall with 2 hands. Although you can touch the wall with 2 hands and not have them at the same level.
That's right, yeah. Well, I had the chance to disqualify someone about a month ago at the Midlands when I was operating poolside, and it was a swimmer had dived into the water, went a bit too far underwater, did their first stroke, and as you said earlier, when they did their second stroke, their head hadn't broke the surface of the water. You don't see that very often, but that was one of the ones where they had to come out.
It's another one of the rules, and you can't have...
As I say, we don't see it very often, but it does happen.
Yeah,
especially with to be fair, it was a youngster.
Yeah. We're going to teach you the hard way.
So we have to be cruel sometimes. They'll teach them. Emil Guys is 0, Aberdeen Dolphins. 1, Ed Pearson, Ellerman. 2, Daniel Rose, Aberdeen. 3, Jensen Basketer, City of Glasgow. 4, Max Clark, South Ayrshire. 5, Brogan Smith, Penrithis. 6, Nico Carver, Mingus Hill, Whitehall. 7, Amar Hussain, Ibrahim, University of Aberdeen Performance. 8 is Brody Jardine, Dumfries. And 9, Hamish Black, South Ayrshire. Well, Brogan Smith
was
pretty relaxed in the earlier.
Daniel Rose from Aberdeen is going very well as well in lane 2. He's in the blue lane. So he's really doing a flat style in lane 2. That's not a wave style, it's a flat style, which is it's not good or bad. It's a way of swimming breaststroke fast. So it kind of comes down to what feels right for the swimmer. And so the coach to sort of discover what is that. And so the guy in the lead in lane 5, he's kind of doing a wave style where he dives his head down underwater. And then you can see the wave behind them, whether you're really getting a big eddy or not. So see the young man in lane 2, there's a big wave right behind his head. So that's the disadvantage to a flat style, is you get a lot of resistance and you can see that wave.
Yep.
Whereas the wave, here you can see that, that turbulence, that eddy. So it makes it a little bit harder, but you can swim really fast sprinting that style. Here we go. This is lane 3 coming on now. That's Jensen Basketer from City of Glasgow, but Daniel Rose is holding on.
Still doing well in lane 2 is Daniel.
He must have had a look at the turn and thought, nope, I'm not going to let you go. But I'm wondering if these boys in lane 2 and 3 are gonna maybe outpace.
Still with a good advantage, but
let's see what the lead is.
Down a wee bit.
So Brogan's a 58-1. Now Brogan is splitting faster than those other boys.
Yeah.
He was 41-2 and Daniel's 42-6, 42-0. So in lane 3, he's did a really good split. And here comes Max Clark in lane 4. He wants his spot on the podium. So that's the top 4 right there. He's having a good look there. Brogan is not sure. He's having another look. Maybe he's starting to feel it. When you start looking, you're starting to doubt yourself. But no, he's holding on. It's going to be close for a silver and a bronze here. Who's going to get the touch? There he goes. A big win and a touch.
No, it's not. 2 and 4.
Lane 2.
Daniel Rose.
Daniel held on.
Just hang on there.
1/10 of a second ahead of Max Clark, and Jensen goes from first place qualifier to watching people getting the medals. That's a tough one. You go in first and you come out 4th. That hurts. Well, Jensen won't be happy about that, but that's part of the game. Max Clark was. Jensen got a medal. Daniel Rose was 2nd.
Yeah.
Jensen was 3rd. And then Max was in lane 4.
Max was 3rd.
And so Max was
3rd.
3rd.
Yeah,
I got it totally messed up.
Yeah, just ahead of Jensen.
I should be fired.
Gary, to be fair. So this is a 15-year-old final. In 9, we have Luke Thompson from Bathgate. 8, Lewis Bray, Inverclyde. 7, Austin McPherson, Geary. Richie Saunders in 6, Warner Bass Club. Stephen Lustak, Chandler Stingrays is 5. 4, Brewery Warner Bass. Matthew Jack in 3, Renfrew Bass. Cameron Jolly in 2 from University of Aberdeen Performance. His teammate Alex Cantley goes in 1. And in lane 0 from the Isle of Man, Jamie Farnham.
I think we need to rewind. We need to rewind and check the touches.
Yeah.
Where's the controls for rewind? Because some of the touches are so close that you can't tell who
the thing is,
placed
it's so
in what
fast and
place.
furious. It's there and then it's gone. And
And then you're relying on the touchpads, and then the touchpads sometimes aren't working. So, that makes it tough to know.
It just means we've got to be very good up here, Gary.
We do. And remember everybody's name and what place they came and what lane they were in.
So this is the 14-year-old. Sorry, the 15-year-old. 200 meters.
2 boys from Warrender. Rory Vick is in lane 4, and Richie Saunders is in lane 6. So Warrender's putting 2 swimmers up into the final in the top 4.
And they're always good at producing pretty useful swimmers. And breaststrokes, one of the forties as well.
Warrender is quite known for breaststroke. There was a young man that came from Warrender Swim Club that won an Olympic gold medal.
Yep.
So there's a lot of history with the Warrender Club in breaststroke. David Wilkie recently passed. Was a brilliant breaststroke swimmer from Warrender Club. Won the 1976 Olympics in 200 breaststroke. He was the only swimmer that wasn't from the United States to win a medal or gold medal. Every single other race from the States. That's how dominant the States were in the 70s. Gold, 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 every single race, but not 200 breaststroke. And Scottish boy broke the jinx, or broke the sweep This is very close at the 100-meter mark.
Yeah, well, Stephens is taking it out very strongly and is asking questions of the Wander boys.
Yeah, it's good to see. First and second.
Saunders a long way back in 7th. On the near side, Cameron Jolie turned it like Jamie Farnham from the Isle of Man in lane 0.
Well, Jamie Farnham from the Isle of Man, and indeed.
He's in bronze medal position here.
He's looking good. He decided maybe I want to get on the podium. Nobody told them that from outside lanes aren't supposed to. Away he goes. Oh, I think he might not get there, but he got the halfway bronze medal.
Yeah. Well, there are 200s in it.
See, Jamie Farnan is 4th now, but come on, son.
Slightly better turn from Rory, but snipping tuck down the final 30-odd metres. Bronze medalist might be Alex Cantley in lane 1, but who's going to take this one? It's the Stranraer Cap, Orange Cap, coming through very strongly.
Looks like Stranraer is going to beat the Warrender Breaststrokers.
You won't see this.
Oh, what a
often.
tempo! He's coming on. There you go.
Through very, very strongly.
Somebody lit a fire under that guy on the last 50 meters. Holy smokes! What a last 50!
And Stephen Moustax.
There you go, son. He
got that one.
A very determined touch too.
Swim.
What a wonderful swim. Well done.
Brilliant to see that.
Nastyuks from Stranraer. Oh, he's got biceps. What a huge guy.
Yeah.
2:32. Great swim. Very good swim.
And from lane 1, bronze medal to Alex Cantley. 2:35.60.
Oh, and fourth place medal.
Isle of Man.
4th place medal for Isle of Man. 4th place is very, very, very sore position to come in. But and from his lane, that's a huge step up. Something to be proud of for sure. Just because you don't come home with a medal doesn't mean you didn't do a good job. And so that was fantastic swim for all those swimmers. I think that race was almost all faster than the morning. So that's good. Very close. Like after.
This is confusing. We've got a South Ayrshire shirt on, but he's from Glenrothes. Lyle McKelvey is the bronze medalist. And in the 14-year-old category, Daniel Rose from Jensen Basketeer City, Glasgow. Silver medalist Cameron Miller from North Ayrshire in the 13-year-old category. And in the 14-year-old category, Daniel Rose from Aberdeen. In the 13-year-old category, the Scottish Open champion from Hamilton Aquatics, Adam Henshaw. And in the 14-year-old age group, the gold medalist, the Scottish National Age Group champion, Brogan Smith, Glenrothes. And Cameron Miller from North Ayrshire is a Scottish national champion. And if people are wondering why he finished 2nd and he's your national champion, it's because that wee lad in the orange is a non-Scot.
Right.
So we are delighted to have swimmers from out with Scotland that are from other countries, be it England, Wales, Northern Ireland or any other country. If they do get on the podium in 1st place, they get their gold medal. They're the Scottish Open champion, but we present the Scottish national champion to the top Scot, who will probably be second.
So the Scottish champion of Scottish heritage or Scottish
it's a weird
citizenship.
way to do things here.
You know, they're there'll be a trophy somewhere, right? There'll be a trophy somewhere, and they don't present the trophies for every race, but there will be a trophy for every one of these races, with all the names engraved all the way back to the early days. Scottish swimming has been around for a very long time. One of the oldest swimming associations. So there's over 100 years of trophies.
So our 16-year-old 200-metre breaststroke final in 0 to 9. 0, we have Miller Cunningham, Glenrothes. 1, Lewis Lothian, East Lothian. 2, Finlay Bennett, South Lanarkshire. 3, Dylan Mitchell, Wander Bass Club. 4, Lachlan Small, Stirling Swimming. 5, Fraser Dow, Perth City. 6, Roman Wood, University of Aberdeen Performance. 7, Ethan Collins, Stirling Swimming. 8, Logan Warburton from Preston. And 9, Fergus Reid from Geary. I was trying to think back, there was a Warburton, I'm sure it was something like Hannah Warburton from, I probably got the first name wrong, from Preston Swimming Club, who used to swim up here some years ago. That must be her younger brother. So we wish them well in Lane 8.
So they might be here cheering them on.
Yeah, hopefully.
They're
Logan
good.
Small from Stirling Swimming. Fastest by 1300s, Gary.
That's
and,
not a big lead, so we'll see
not
what
a big,
Fraser
but,
and Lachlan Small
he'll be
will.
giving it everything down the final 50
tight
metres.
race.
Very gutsy swimmer. He knows how to finish.
It'll
but,
be interesting what these guys'
yeah.
race strategy is, because they'll have swum against each other before, so they'll know each other's strengths and weaknesses. So you got to kind of make a strategy to play against their strengths.
Yeah.
And sometimes that might mean just, focus on your starts and turns. It might mean take it out fast. It might mean come back fast. But knowing Lachlan Small, Lachlan's very good at coming back fast. He's a very fit young man. Never misses a training session, ever. He's always at the training session. He's a very dedicated swimmer. And then there's another Stirling swimmer, Ethan Collins in lane 7. So a couple swimmers from Stirling, and
Stirling,
Ethan Collins is doing pretty well there. He's right in the game. Although this morning Ethan was a little bit slower. He was in his PB, so it doesn't surprise me that he's moved up.
Sitting third at the moment, over in
Sitting
7.
third. Lachlan Small in lane 4 has got a little bit of a lead, and Fraser Dow is pacing with him. Fraser's got a nice long stroke, really nice dive wave stroke. The wave stroke was developed by his Hungarian coach, Joseph Szabo, and he had a huge success with it, including swimmers like Nick Gillingham, very good British breaststroke swimmer, Olympic medalist. There they go. It looks like Ethan Collins is still holding third place pretty well, but
developing almost
Fraser Dow and Lachlan are battling it out in the middle lanes. Fraser's starting to pick up his tempo.
Yeah, Fraser just with that slight edge here.
Yeah, maybe I wouldn't go too early against Lachlan. We'll see what Lachlan's got on the last 50. So Fraser was 38.0. and Lachlan 38.3. It's really nice to be able to see the splits. In the old days, you'd have to have your watch and check it all out. Now,
and this is
here
where
comes
the charge
Lachlan.
comes in the final 30.
And here comes Lachlan now.
He's giving everything down the final stretch. Lachlan Small still with half a metre to make up. Fraser Dow's holding him though, Gary.
Looks that's going to come down to the touch. Looks like Fraser's got a little bit of the lead.
Fraser's just going to get his fingertips to the wall just in time. Great swim,
nice
great times
26,
as well.
25. And Ethan Collins from Sterling, third place. So second and third
Second and third, you can't be too disappointed with
Stirling
that.
Swim Club.
Some cracking times.
Some great coaches in Stirling Swim Club.
Yeah, they must be doing something quite nice down there, Gary.
They're really lucky. They've got one of the 50-meter pools in the country at Stirling University. So, that certainly does make a difference when you're racing long course to have trained long course. Swimmers from some of the smaller clubs don't have that opportunity. But the University of Stirling does open up pool time all the time to clubs. All they got to do is sign up for an email, and you'll get an email that says all the times that are available, and you just jump on it and away you go. So, it's not like it's unavailable, but you do got to travel, and you got a ways to go. So the swimmers that have access all the time do have that on their side. But it's not everything. I've had swimmers fastest in the world swimming out a 25-meter pool. So, it's not everything. Alison Shepherd was the #1 in the world in 2002, and we just trained in a 25-meter pool. So, it doesn't, it's not everything is having access to a long course pool, but some people think it is. Well, now we got the big boys.
Big boys, Aidan Williamson in 0, Highland Swim Team. 1, Aidan Bruce, Aberdeen. 2, James Bodie, Geary. 3, Toby Bullock, Midlothian. 4, Connor Mitchell, Wander Bass. 5, Royce Kingelis, City, Glasgow. 6, Johnny Martin, Perth City. 7, Gregor Ross, City, Glasgow. 8, Ewan Weir, Perth City. And 9, Rory Webster, Dumfries.
Well, and if this is 17-18 category, and there's a good mix of 17 and 18.
Yeah.
So at this age, these boys have, they're pretty much all reached their genetic potential in terms of how their growth. If it was the same in the 13 or 11 to 14, you would have an equal number of 12 and 13-year-olds, but you don't. So, that's once you get to 17 and 18, that's when it evens out. Yeah. And that's when it starts to count. And that's when you go to the British Championships and you race against the 20 and 21 and 22. And it's all even in terms of size. You don't have anybody twice as big as you. So this is these boys all with low 220s this morning. But the heat before, the 16-year-olds, Lachlan and Fraser with a low 220.
Yeah, we should
outstanding.
Be looking at 222, 223 or thereabouts. Maybe to take this.
Yeah, 200 breaststroke is breaststroke in Great Britain has an unbelievably successful history. Going back to 76, I said before, was David Wilkie, but Duncan Goodhue won the Olympics in 1980, and 84 was a little bit of a blip, but then in 88, Adrian Morehouse won the 100 breaststroke. Nick Gillingham was a medalist in the breaststroke. Well, here we have the halfway mark. That looks like the Warrender chap is taking the lead. Now that's Connor Mitchell. Connor Mitchell taking control. But Royas not too far behind. Royas doing the really long stroke.
Well, he's over a second faster than he was from this morning. Half a second or so for Connor Mitchell.
Connor had a pretty good turn there. That's nice to see. Royas is not letting him go. He's right on his hip. If you're on somebody's hip, you can get them. If you got a whole body length, it's pretty hard to catch somebody. But if you're still on their hip.
Yeah, Royce was over a second faster than he was this morning. So
Toby Bullock is not too far behind in lane 3, the green cap. And Royas is, they're on the same side. He's only 0.4 behind him. Now that's dead even now. We'll see what happens. See who's saved. See who's saved for the last 50. Connor in lane 4. Royas in lane 5. Connor in the red cap. Royas in the blue cap from Glasgow. Here comes Royas. He changed his tempo. Yep. Now he's on a sprint stroke. Royas, he's a clever kid. He switched from a long distance stroke to a sprint stroke. Must have been a clever coach that taught him that. Well done, Royas. That was a good last really 25 meters. What a good swim.
That's in 222, 223.
223. Those are good swims. Under 220 is world class. So those boys are knocking on the door, and that's really good to see. At this age, 17, 18, you need to start, looking at world-class times. Just winning in Scotland, that's good. But, you got to look at what's happening down in England, what's happening, in Europe at this age and that sort of thing. But those are good swims. 23, 24, 26, 26. Those are all good swims. Those are strong breaststroke swimmers. Nice to see. Breaststroke in Britain. I don't know why Britain's so good at breaststroke. In the early days of swimming, breaststroke was the stroke that the gentleman did. Right? To be a gentleman, meant you didn't work. Yeah. Right? So you would just cruise, and you had lots of leisure time, so you could swim. And nobody else could swim. They were working all day. Yeah. So the gentleman would do this cruising type breaststroke swims. I think that Britain's had their fair share of gentlemen in the leisure class, and maybe that's where it's coming from. I don't know. That's my theory. But yeah, breaststroke is very good in this country, in Scotland and England and all the British Isles. Fantastic. So this is the next generation.
Yeah.
Lachlan Small, he's got a silver medal there. He's not going to be that happy with that, but maybe that'll make him mad and get him training harder. That's how it works. Right? That's gonna be a little bit sore getting a silver medal when you're used to getting golds. But so these guys are all friends and stuff. So they congratulate each other, and that's what's wonderful about swimming. Swimming is very much a friendly sport, and outside the pool, these guys all know each other. They're all on social media, sending message to each other, teasing each other. That's it's a really positive atmosphere in swimming, and that's why so many parents like to be involved with swimming. There's you don't want your kids just sitting on their phone all day long. You go to the pool, you can't look at your phone when you're swimming. It's one of the things. So the more swimming, the better. Look at those guys there. Those some solid group. Royas is he the Scottish representative to get his name on the trophy? His name in silverware. That's good to see.
So the Hearts have managed to sneak a banner down at the corner. That's where they are. This is 50 breaststroke.
This is the
the
splash and dash breaststroke.
Yeah.
So this is just the older. So this is the 15-year-olds.
This is the 15-year-olds. Rosie Stutfield, Wanda Bass in 9. In 8, Amelia Burrell, Glenn Rothus. 7, Lauren Cantley, University of Aberdeen Performance. In 6, Cassie Amann, Mingus Hill and Whitehall. In 5, Connie Hart, South Ayrshire. 4, Lily Mendell, Heart of Midlothian. 4, Lorna McCarthy, City Glasgow. And 2, Willa Smith from City Glasgow. And in 1, Charlotte Higgins, University of Aberdeen Performance. Sorry, Kayla Smith was City Glasgow. And Ella Thompson in 0, Per City.
Well, this is a 50 breaststroke. 50 that's breaststroke. It's not an Olympic event, but it's an event at the World Championships, and it's also an event at the Commonwealth Games. So it's an important event up to World Championship level, and I don't know why they don't have it at the Olympics. Everybody loves 50s. They love sprinting. I think it's just it's just taken a while to start to get the interest of television and that sort of thing. It will be at the Olympics. If people want to watch it, it will end up at the Olympics.
Yeah.
I thought somebody was missing there, but we got everybody up.
Should have everybody there.
Well, the girl from Wander, Lily Mundell, has got 1.2 seconds on the field. So let's see how does she manage to do that.
Breaststroker as well.
So let's see this start. So a good dolphin kick. And a little bit on the surface, but she's still got a lead after the dive. She's got a half a body length. And very fast tempo, and she's swimming really high up on the water. That's a 50 breaststroke style like that. She's kind of doing a wave stroke, but she's not diving right underwater. She's getting her hips right up, and so you see that rocking of her shoulders and her hips, That's balancing, right? So she's got fantastic balance. So her head, the weight of her head dives down while her hips go up. And when you get that rocking motion like that, you can see how much faster it is than everybody else. So what does she go? 32.
283. That's very good.
That's 32. Like
very
30,
good.
30.
Cracking swim.
Not too long ago, 30 point was the world record. So that's a great swim. 32 is, 32.8. If you look at the 100-meter breaststroke, the world class is 105. So she's halfway there.
Yeah.
So that's an amazing swim for a 15-year-old girl. Well done. Good coaching and good learning and good racing. That very good dive. She's not really off the blocks very fast, but she had a really smooth entry and really does a very good dolphin kick. So that's, that dolphin kicking is not only part of free and back and fly, but it's also part of breaststroke. So dolphin kick really is the 5th stroke. If you don't have a good dolphin kick, you're missing a huge part of your race.
And it's quite unique. Lily is good at freestyle and good at breaststroke.
Yeah,
sometimes
that's unusual, right?
Breaststrokers
are often really unusual
Yeah.
because you have to have such unusual flexibility for breaststroke by turning your feet out. That's why IMers are a quite rare breed.
Yeah.
But here we go with the 16-year-olds.
16-year-olds down in Bedburgh, Heart of Midlothian, Emma Binney, Inverclyde. And we've got Josie Grimes, Wonder Bath, Stella Cunningham, City Glasgow, Lexi Lamont, Aberdeen, Jessica Kitwood, University of Aberdeen Performance, Abby Mitchell, Elgin, Cara White, Ren 96, Ellen White, Stirling Swimming, Lola Mitchell from the Broch.
Well, the middle of the pool in lane 4, Lexi Lamont. Oh, she didn't have that great of a dive.
Yeah.
Because right now it looks like the girl from Aberdeen, that Jessie Kirkwood, it looks like she's got the lead. She's going to have to fight back. The Glasgow swimmer, Ella Cunningham, is also looking good.
It's a very, very fast stroke from Lexi here, from Jessica in 5.
Yeah, and you can see how hard she's pressing out. You know, you can see the dip down in the water, her sculling power. Oh, she's coming back. And
she's got it just on the touch, I think.
Jessica had a great last 5 meters, or Lexi had a great last 5 meters. Almost.
Didn't finish well, did she?
Almost.
Jessica.
No, she didn't. Lexi, 34.41 versus 34.41. That's 14 hundredths of a second. That's not very much.
Yeah.
If you click a stopwatch as fast as you can, it's pretty hard to get under 14 hundredths of a second. So, you know, that's as fast as you can press a button. That's how little time is between those two people. And it looked like she had a huge lead, but she, you know, it comes down to you got to really focus on finishing.
Yeah.
Right. And so if you don't do that, you can kind of start to ease up, and you ease up because you've eased up so many times in training as well. There's the wall. So I'm going to be done. I'm going to slow down. And if you practice that, you're going to do it in a race. So you have to really stay vigilant and stay in the mindset of practice what you want to do in a race. And practice makes perfect. You know, that's a really old, saying, but it's true. 100% true. 50 breaststroke again. Now this is the older swimmers, those 17-year-olds, 17, 18. Good mix of 17 and 18. Well, there's two 17-year-olds in there. Yeah. The girls tend to be a bit different than the boys, and when it gets to 17 and 18. 17, but...
So the lineup: Iona Casapidis, Carnegie, Eve Wood-Orkney, Charlotte Thompson, Midlothian, Ailey Robertson, South Ayrshire, Zara Smith, Warner Baths, Ellie Kennedy, City Glasgow, Perry Scobie, Stirling Swimming, Maya Rogers in 7, Warner Baths 8 is Amy Owenson Best, and 9, Katie Coventry, Morpeth.
Katie Coventry, isn't that the new IOC president? Oh, Kirsty Coventry, the new IOC president. And you see all the lanes were up except for lanes 4 and 5. And so the girls in lane 4 and 5, really maximize their underwater. And Zara Smith from Warrender has really got the fast tempo, very high stroke, very similar to some of the strokes we've already seen. She's got a rocking wave, but doesn't dive underwater. If you dive underwater, it takes a little bit too long to go fast tempo. Look at that. That's great.
She takes
very
that from Ellie Kennedy
33.
And Ailey Robertson.
Out of all those swims, the youngest girls.
Yeah, Lily Mandel.
15-year-olds were faster than all
best.
them. Yeah, that's you get girls that are 15 that are right on the top of their game already.
And she was never under pressure in that heat, in that final, was she, Lily?
No.
Compared to the other girls.
She was
it looked so easy for
solid,
Lily.
But top 3 there, 33, 33, 33. That's very good too.
Yeah.
It would be interesting to see, the fastest, 15, 16, 17 all racing together. Yeah. But I guess that's the senior nationals, right? That's the British, and that's what all these swimmers are shooting for, is to qualify for the British Championships, and that's where everybody swims, the top. That's where they select the main events, the Olympics, the World Championships, then the Commonwealth Games. So Ian Wright will be down at the British Championships watching all the top swimmers and trying to find out where the medals from Scotland are going to come from again.
Yeah.
who are the new up-and-coming swimmers and how we're going to provide, the experiences that will allow them to go to Commonwealth Games and be experienced and not, sort of be at Commonwealth Games and be starstruck and it's your first big meet.
Yeah.
You want to be at the Commonwealth Games and ready to go and be amongst the crew. Because it's possible. You can win medals from any country. That's in the Commonwealth Games.
Yeah. 09, Zachary Weatherhead, Alex Holmes, Lucky Bullock, Harry Cook, Maybe Singular, Nikolai Sisnet, Oliver Hudzik, Rudy Vick, Emily Johnson, Stefan Eustace. This is the 50-metre butterfly, Gary.
Here we go on the butterfly now. So we switched to butterfly. This young man from Glasgow, Nikolai Sisnet.
Yeah.
He was challenged this morning on a time, so it was very close with Nebi Segular from the Highlands.
Nebi's
so they've got a little bit of a lead. It's going to come down to the touch. He's got to touch right. Is he on the right stroke?
Yeah. He's got it.
Very good. Lane 3 and 6 there are really close.
Yeah, very close.
Well, it looks like Harry Cook got a spot on the podium. Oh, very good swim. And Nikolai is so dominant in the 12, 13, 14, 15-year-olds that, now there's people coming up, and because Nikolai is quite a big guy, and so he's big guy at a young age, and
he's
so
had it all his own way from 13
so
onwards.
now there's a few swimmers that are, sort of
on the door.
showing that, it's possible to swim as fast as he did, and that's great as long as Nikolai is happy to race.
Yeah.
Right? If you're so used to winning by miles, and then you start getting a chink in your armor because somebody challenges you, your coach has to prepare you for that. Your coach has to be on the ball and talk about that psychological side of competition. And if you don't, you could lose huge talents like that. Obviously, he's a talented swimmer.
Yeah.
Well, what age group? The 16-year-olds.
16-year-olds. Lewis Maxwell Pauls and 0 Mac Wonder Bass. 1 is Conor Aspinall, Slovenian swim team. 2 Lewis Hopkins, University of Aberdeen. 3 Atanas Ehrenkoff, Aberdeen Dolphins. 4 is Alfie Price from Orkney. 5 James Kilpatrick, Carnegie. 6 Miller Cunningham, Glenrothes. 7 Dylan Mitchell, Wonder Bass. 8 Nathan Smith from Orkney. 2 Orcadians in this one. That's great to see.
Yeah, that's very good to see.
Finlay Hiddleston from Dumfries goes in.
They've got very good facilities in Orkney and Shetland. I think that the oil companies have contributed a lot to make sure that happens, so that the people that live and work up there, their children have the opportunities to be involved in lots of different sports, and swimming being one of them, which is awesome. That's good. Corporate the gifting.
Yeah.
Well, this is a 50 fly, so it's who's got a really good underwater. The underwater is pretty close there, right across the pool, but it looks like a little bit of an advantage for Alfie Price of Orkney.
Yeah,
the Orkney swimmer might be looking for a gold medal here.
Yeah, Alfie's looking good.
Alfie's got this one by the looks of it, as long as he touches the wall right. Oh, he's on a half stroke. Oh!
He drifted in there.
That's what happens when you got to stretch out before you get to the wall. Yeah, so he was, he was almost a half a body like the head, and he ended up only winning by a tenth of a second.
Exactly.
So you have what you got to do as you're approaching the wall is you don't just swim exactly the same. You either have to stretch your stroke out a little bit or shorten your stroke up a little bit to hit the wall on a full stride, on a full stroke length. But what happened to that young man, who was the gold medalist, and he did win, so hats off to him. But Alfie, in a closer race, that was pretty close, he probably wouldn't have won that, right? He could have got touched out because he was touching the wall, and his arms were bent, right? So he's almost touching the wall with his head and his hands at the same time, and that's bad. Like that's a bad touch. An amazing fit, strong, good stroke, everything good, but you mess it up on a touch, it could cost you the whole thing. And the whole thing is awesome except for the touch. And that's even happened at the Olympic Games. There was and 100 fly. There was a swimmer when I was at the Olympics in '88. There was in the 100 fly. Matt Biondi, the American, was winning by miles, and a young guy from Suriname. He ended up winning because Matt Biondi, he went to touch the wall, but he wasn't quite at the wall, so he did a few extra dolphin kicks as he touched. But we got Dean Fern here. Dean did the Scottish record and senior record this morning, and let's see, he went 23:72.
Yeah.
So let's see if he's going to shave some time off the record again.
Yeah, Adam Scott, Benji Jeffries, Dean Fern, Jensen Norris, Finlay Nelson, Magnus Morris, Rose Addington, Harry Sharp. For lane 4.
Dean has got very good underwater.
Away.
He's coming up. He's got a little bit of a lead. And fast tempo. He hasn't breathed yet. He's at 25 meters. He's a very powerful swimmer. You know, the strength to swim like that is amazing. He's got almost a whole body length already. If he touches well, he's definitely under 23.7. Reach.
Well, that's another
23.69. Yeah,
23.69.
3 more tenths of a second. 3 more hundredths of a second.
Scottish national record, senior record for Dean Fern.
That's the fastest
23
Scottish swimmer
69
of all time.
Brilliant.
In this event. That 50 fly, nobody's ever swum faster from Scotland in the 50 fly. Dean Fern. 23.69. He's more than a second ahead of the next swimmer. So then that's a body length. When you're swimming this fast, you're going about 2 meters per second. So he's got 2 meters on the rest of the field. A good swim there from Logan Vandermeulen in lane 1.
Yeah.
He moved up. He moved up to 5th place. I would never be able to go home if I didn't say that Logan did a good job, you know. But a great swim. That's a good senior squad. That's a good mix of 17 and 18-year-olds there, because Dean is 17. He's not even the oldest in that age group, and he's the fastest that's ever swum for Scotland. So that young man has got a great future ahead of him in sprinting. He's particularly good at sprinting. So, you know, that's good for the Commonwealth Games. Commonwealth Games is 50 fly, 50 back, 50 breast. But if the Olympics is not 50 fly, 50 back, 50 breast, so he'll need to, you know, and his coach will need to decide, you know, unless he goes for the 50 free. The 50 free is at the Olympics. So he'll need to decide what he wants to do in terms of that. But, you know, that's nice to have those options. You know, he's so good at so many strokes. He's really good at fly, really good at back, really good at free. His breaststroke isn't as good as his other strokes. But, you know, that's going to be the case no matter what. You know, you're going to have a best stroke and second best stroke. But that's really nice to see how fast these guys, 23.7, 23.6. It used to be a good front crawl time.
Yeah.
So at 17 years old, you know, he's going as fast fly as, you know, swimmers his age are going front crawl. And front crawl is super fast nowadays. These swimmers are all pleased with their 50 breaststroke medals by the looks of it.
Yeah, 50
got the internet photo coming up, and we got the
Minnesota 15-year-old,
the tutus on.
Ella Cunningham, City Glasgow 16, and Ellie Robertson, South Ayrshire, bronze in the 17-18. The silver was to Lauren McCarthy, City Glasgow. Silver in the 16-year-olds was Lexi Lamont, and Ellie Kennedy, City Glasgow, 17-18, and our gold medalist and Scottish National Age Group champion from Hearts was Lily Mundell in the 15s. In the 16s, it was Jessica Kitwood, University of Aberdeen Performance, and 17-18-year-olds, Wonder Bass Club gold medalist and National Age Group champion was Sarah Smith.
They're very good 50 breaststroke swims. The youngster there in the 15-year-old age groups, you know, I think she ended up the fastest. You know, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think she had the fastest time, 32.
Time of all these swimmers, and 32.83, I think.
The breaststroke is a kind of funny stroke like that. You can get really young swimmers that are amazing at breaststroke, and well, you get young swimmers that are amazing at all strokes, but quite often in breaststroke you get some really talented breaststrokers swimming fast at a young age. And in fact, the youngest gold medalist in swimming was a 12-year-old from Japan that won the 200 breaststroke. Where I think it was 1992 or something like that, and that's amazing. 12 years old and winning the Olympics. So it was like a 2:26 or something like that. It's crazy fast. But they don't allow swimmers that young anymore to go to the Olympics, because to get that fast, you really have to have spent a lot of time training. And so, if there's sort of a rule of thumb of 10,000 hours, it's basically 10 years with 4 hours a day. So if she's 12 and done that, that's all she's done is swim. So, there needs to be, they put rules in place for the safety of children. And I certainly support that. All these 50 fly swimmers. Nikolai in there with his silver. He's not accustomed to that place on the podium, but is still there and shaking people's hands. That's what I like to see.
In the 15-year-old age group category, Scottish National Age Group champion. Alfie Price from Orkney, the 60-year-old National Age Group champion.
Nice to see Orkney swimmer on the top of the podium. What a fantastic! In the old days, he would be in the newspaper.
Yeah. At new senior record 23.69, Dean Ferner, Scottish National Age Group champion. The 17-18-year-olds, silver medalist in the 15 was Nicholas, isn't it? But the 16-year-olds, it was James Kilpatrick. And in the 17-18-year-olds, Jensen Norris, bronze medalist. In the 15-year-olds was Harry Cook. 16-year-olds was Atanas Irikov. And in the 17-18-years, Benji Jeffries, South Ayrshire. So
what an exciting night to see a Scottish record. That doesn't happen very often. And Dean Furness is a lot like Nikolai, has been coming up through the ranks. He's been breaking age group records, and now he's breaking senior records. And senior records are different, obviously, than age group records. So senior records, you can be 20, 21, 22, 25, you can be 30. My friend Mark Foster was 40 years old, and he was still an international and one of the fastest in the world at 40. And so at 17, going faster than any Scottish swimmer has ever done is amazing. And if he keeps progressing like that, he could be on the podium potentially at international races. And that's, Commonwealth Games, World Championships, European Championships, and Olympic Games. Well, not in the 50 fly. He's not going to be on the podium for 50 fly at the Olympics unless they change the rules.
So that's the end of the individual events for us this evening.
Yeah, so now on the relay.
Finish off with a bit of fun. This is a 4 by 100 metres medley relay.
So this is a mixed relay. So this is a
relay,
new
so
a new
bit of tactics
thing.
come into play in this, I'm sure, Gary.
Yeah, absolutely. So the girls are, for the most part, slower than the boys. Not always, but for the most part, slower than boys. So you're going to be looking at 2 boys and 2 girls, and what's the difference in time between your fastest boy and your fastest girl in each event, and then pick the girl that's closest time to the boy, so that you're not so you're giving yourself the best advantage in terms of your girls team. But so that sort of that nuance, that picking the team, and you got to consider who's got a good backstroke start for the medley relay, who's got the good takeover, and and what's it like if you're coming from behind. So if you send off in the backstroke a boy, a young man, and you've got a huge lead, that can be to your favor, because you're getting clean water. You don't have any waves and stuff like that to swim through. So that's something to consider as well. But it's really interesting. They've never used to have men and women swimming together. In fact, it was against the rules. And in fact, it is still against the rules. And you can't, if you swam 100 backstroke on a mixed medley, and you broke the world record, it wouldn't count.
Yeah.
And so still got these 19th century rules in place. That will change. They will change. The rules change on a cycle, a world championship cycle. They have so every 4 years they have a big meeting with all the the top officials of the world, and they decide on rule changes and tweaking the rule book and that sort of thing. And so that'll happen next year then. And so, but the mixed medley relay is really fun. You get a chance to swim with boys and girls together, and that never happened before. So it's exciting, and and swimming is a sport where boys and girls both do the same sport, and in fact they race together, and that doesn't happen in that I know of in any other sport. Like what other sport does that happen in? And so it's very positive. It's a very positive experience for families, and parents know that. They see that. They see boys and girls, just being pals, and that's the way it should be. But it looks like the guys have taken over this, right? So in University of Aberdeen sent the girl off first, but the boys second, and then in Dumfries in lane 4 had the boy go first and the girl go second. So you see the change. Yeah. There's huge changes in a mixed medley relay. So now in lane 5, Lucy Hall is the fly swimmer.
Will have to finish the job because they had the guys out first.
That's it. So you got a big lead, but can you hold that lead? So then in the relay it's always up to the anchor leg. So but that's in lane 3. That's Matthew Piatek challenging the East Lothian swimmer through to the 50. Looks like Matthew's got the lead. Lucy Hall. So there we changed from lane 3 was way behind after the first leg, caught up in the second leg, is now ahead in the third leg. So their strategy is working.
Yep. Dumfries team well behind in third place.
So
they've
now
still got a guy to
they've
finish.
got one girl to go. And lane 5's got, they all got 3 girls to go. So it's all come down to the girls now. I thought one of the teams had one boy left, but here we go, all girls.
This is still a very healthy advantage. 3:26 with 100. Plays, 3:30. So this group will be, their times will count against the next heat. So the next heat is is heat 2, and that's a full heat. So the entries for this competition were more than one heat. So all the teams have a shot in the final. So if East Lothian has the fastest time, they will win, even though they're not in the next race, which is kind of weird. Yes, it is weird.
But unless we get a 20-lane pool. Which won't happen. A 10-lane pool is the standard. But the University of Aberdeen has got the lead here, very strong. East Lothian coming on. Yeah, so their time 4 minutes. The 4:29 is a solid swim. You look at the next heat. 4:29 is first, second, fourth, fifth. So these are all entry times, right?
So they don't swim anywhere near that.
No, they'll probably be outside the medals, but they'll be not far off. 2:27 is the third fastest entry time, so it's not like they're far off. But all these teams enter based on the 4 swimmers' best times, but sometimes they take best times from short course. And convert them to long course. So there's a little bit of speculation, I should say, in terms of how fast each swimmer is going to go.
So in our final heat, in lane 0, our best. There's actually one over the page, Gary. There's another one. In lane 1, we have a team from Geary. Then 2 University of Aberdeen Performance, the B team. South Ayrshire go in 3. Wanderers B team go in 4. Glenrothes in 5. Heart of Midlothian 6. Highland Swim Team 7. In 8, Aberdeen. And in 9, the City of Glasgow B team.
Right, yeah, definitely a lot faster swimmers. And a lot of teams entering the mixed medley relay. Because, the chances of you having 4 senior boys or 4 senior girls, if you're a small team, might not be that great. But you might have, 2 senior girls and 2 senior boys on your team. And so a lot of teams entering the mixed medley relays. And because it's fun, it's fun to race with all your teammates, and this is the only opportunity you have to swim with.
For most of this one, it's ladies first for most of the teams.
Looks like it. So the lead will be all over the place.
Yeah, look at the teams. Austin
In
McPherson,
lane 1,
Gary,
that's Gary, and in lane 4 is Aaron Dale.
B team with the guys
Warrender.
going out.
So some teams like Warrender, which are very big, they'll have a B team as well as an A team. The B team will be the second fastest backstroker and the second fastest breast and second fastest fly and second fastest free. And they quite often, especially Warrender, can have the A team and the B team in the top 3.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
we'll see. Obviously the Warrender B team is just outside the top 10. As I missed the next page, but there is another heat to go.
Also have the advantage of swimming in the middle lane.
This is a big advantage. This is
so
they're sending off the two boys first. The Warrender's going for the strategy of the 2 boys going first, which will give them a huge lead.
Really Vic out for them on breast, and this Geary team with Millie Serrell. Over on the far side, lanes 9 and 8, City of Glasgow, Craig Hartley, Daniel Rose for Aberdeen, and in lane 2 for University of Aberdeen Performance Arts Cantwell. So it's still Warrender with a good, healthy advantage.
That's very big advantage for Warrender. They have sent off their 2 boys first, so we'll see what happens to that lead.
A lot of the teams have gone with the guys for most of the breaststroke.
Yeah, just Geary in lane 1, they've got their female doing the breaststroke. And
Geary, one of the few teams that are going
everybody
second.
else has gone for the boys on there. No, South Lanarkshire has got
Highlands
got the
team
girl
have got,
in.
2 ladies.
2 ladies to
gone
finish.
Out with 2 ladies.
On the fly free.
Kate Aitchison in for Warrender. Pretty commanding lead at this stage.
That's, almost 25 meters. Yeah. The camera can't even pan out that far. But here they come. You'll see the boys coming out from the left-hand side of the screen. And so in lane 2, Aiden Anderson, 15-year-old from Aberdeen Performance Squad, cutting down the lead. Not too much though, but a little bit. He's got a long ways to go. And we'll see how.
Looks good for Warrender even at this stage.
Yeah, with
I know we've still got
5 body lengths, 6 body lengths lead. Warrender's still got a lead.
Madison Stewart will go in for Aberdeen Performance.
There we go.
Josie Graham's going in for Warrender. So ladies finalising
5 seconds.
Positions. So you kind of think this is a done deal for Warrender.
Aberdeen has got Aberdeen Performance in lane 2. Has got a girl on the end too. So now come the boys. All the other teams, except for lane 9, have got the boys in. So they have to have a big lead.
Back in third.
Nobody's going to catch Warrender. Warrender's got too much of a lead. So Warrender's the dominant force. They went with 2 boys and then 2 girls, and that was the right strategy for them. University of Aberdeen went boy, girl, boy, girl.
For second, but Warner pretty comfortable with this one. 4:21.47.
2:21 is a good swim from the entry times from the next heat. 2:21 puts them fifth. Well, we'll see how it goes. Now comes the 10 fastest entries in the mixed medley. Disqualified.
Disqualification. Two of the teams in that could be for probably illegal takeovers. We would half suspect that lane 6 and lanes 3.
Yeah, on relays,
that's the more likely ones,
it's
Gary.
tough to. Pardon?
That's the most likely scenario.
Oh yeah, on relays, almost without question.
Desperate to get into that water and get the timing right.
But you've got like every single stroke, so that means you've got every single possible legal infraction on the table. So plus the relay takeovers, but most likely the relay takeovers. So the blocks have a sensor in it, so when you leave, it just pops up a little bit, and so the electronic timing knows when you leave the blocks. And then they compare that to the touchpad. And so if you're, minus something, you would be disqualified. Yeah, there's a leniency of 2/100ths of a second.
Yeah, 300ths, I think it was.
So you then, if you're like 1/10 of a second early,
you're out.
DQ. And tears, and tears, and fingers pointing.
Yeah, I keep coming back.
But it's a team. A relay takeover really is both the person in the water and the person on the blocks. The person in the water has to touch in a normal, predictable way so that the person on the blocks can trust that and take off in a normal, predictable way.
It's anticipation of the swimmer coming in. Yeah.
And so, and if you don't have a really close takeover, you could lose up to 2 seconds on a really bad takeover. And 2 seconds when you're traveling 2 meters per second is almost 4 meters, so it could be, or more. And that's the difference between the flags to the wall. So that's huge. There. So what do we got? We got boys, girl, boy, boy. Well, that's a full mixture of strategies.
Boy in 0, Aberdeen in 1, University of Aberdeen Performance in 2, Stirling in 3, Warner in 4, City Glasgow with a guy in 5, East Lothian in 6, Perth with a guy in 7, Carnegie in 8, and 9, Inverclyde with a guy. So it's 5, 7, and 9 have got the guys along with
first.
0.
Yeah.
Rest all ladies.
So this looks like a little bit more of a mixed strategy.
So South Lanarkshire I've got the guys out first and second.
Are you putting a G for guys or G for girls?
Yeah, and then the 2 outside lanes have gone guys 1 and 2.
Yeah.
So expect them to be dominating. We'd hope to be dominating from the outside lanes after the first
Kyle in lane
200.
Lane 5 from the City of Glasgow. Recognize him. Good backstroke swimmer. You got the backstroke wedge. Everybody should get a good start here. Be interesting to compare the underwater between the girls and the guys. And that looks like Lisa McNair had the best underwater there from Stirling.
Yeah.
So the underwater dolphin kicking is equally good between boys and girls.
It looks like Perth City over in 7.
Perth City is going for it.
And lane 5, also
City
well
of
there.
Glasgow, that's
Kyle. Just with the advantage. Inverclyde on the far side well there.
Yeah,
4 guys.
The guys are ahead. The girls aren't far behind.
At the moment, it's Perth City with the advantage. Good body length for Moore. Inverclyde.
So Perth City's got a girl on the Perth's got a girl on the breaststroke, and Inverclyde's got a boy on the breaststroke, and Glasgow has got a girl on the breaststroke. So
Ella Thompson for Perth.
Switched.
Carrick Thompson for Inverclyde. Orla McCarthy for City Glasgow. And Finlay Bennett on the near side for South Lanarkshire. So Perth City.
Here's some of the breaststroke swimmers that we've seen tonight are now Lachlan Small swimming for Stirling there in lane 3. He's coming on strong, and in lane 4 from Warrender. That looks like a strong breaststroke.
There. On the near side,
Ella Thompson
and
from
Inverclyde,
Perth.
the outside lanes.
Dylan Mitchell. Oh yeah, that's Dylan. So here we come. There we go.
City Glasgow with Orla McCarthy coming through strongly. Dylan Mitchell in 4.
Lewis Lothian in lane 6 coming on strong. So this is where the switch happens. This is where it sort of evens out.
Well, it's
Inverclyde has got the lead. They have sent off 2 boys first. They don't have much lead over the. Oh, South Lanarkshire in lane 0. I didn't even see them.
Yeah.
South Lanarkshire's got the lead here.
2 girls to finish the 2 outside lanes.
Yep.
Evie Mackey though on Butterfly, she's pretty useful. Lewis Maxwell Pauls for Warrender. Ethan Collins, Butterfly for Stirling.
And Nikolai.
And Nikolai for City Glasgow.
Yeah.
3 middle lanes have got it at the moment.
And
Stirling,
Ethan for Stirling.
And
Ethan Collins. That's pretty close now. The middle 3 lanes have taken over. And the middle 3 lanes have gone boy on the fly and girls on the free. So now it will come down to the front crawl swimmer, which is all 3 girls.
3 girls. City Glasgow with the advantage. Stirling in 2nd.
Yeah, Nikolai
Warrender 3rd.
finishing well.
That looks
Ethan
where the medals
Collins.
are coming from, Gary, I think.
I think so, because the other outside lanes they got. There we go.
Eva Ross for City Glasgow. Ellen White for Stirling. Warrender with Maddie Hull. Some way back.
There
Lucy
we go.
Hunter.
Well, if Warrender, Maddie Hull is really coming on strong. She's got some serious kick.
And at
coming.
the moment, it's
Glasgow.
City Glasgow with the advantage.
So let's see what their splits are here. Let's see who's
Maddie Hull trying
first
to get
50.
on terms with City Glasgow.
So
Eva
29-4, 25? What?
Maddie Hull's flying.
I don't think
Eva Ross.
Maddie go 25-3 on the way out. No, that can't be right.
Trying to get on terms with Warrender. City Glasgow with the advantage. Inside the final 20.
Here we go,
City
it's coming
Glasgow
in. City of Glasgow still holding on.
City Glasgow from Warrender and Stirling.
Warrender
City Glasgow
Sterling is
are
still
going to
coming
take the
in.
Scurry.
Yeah, I think they got this.
Warrender 2nd, Stirling 3rd.
Stirling 3rd, good splits, and those times are faster than the winning heat previously, so that's the first, 2nd, 3rd.
4:16.70, 4:17.70, and 4:18.28. City Glasgow.
Oh, disqualified there,
Lane
East Lothian.
6.
Anybody else?
For a technical infraction, we'll wait to see if that's confirmed.
No, just one team, there you go. So
that's
Glasgow
your,
first,
your
Warrender
medalists.
2nd, Stirling 3rd. Very good swims. And it's a very interesting race to have boys and girls like that because it changes the lead. You know, and in swimming, you don't often have the lead changed as much or as dramatically, and then that makes it really exciting. That makes it very interesting. And there's a little bit more strategy involved.
Yeah.
There's just that extra element of, you know, if you've got an amazing breaststroke girl or boy, you know, where do you include them? If the other swimmers are, you know, sort of close to the other swimmers, and so you got to look at the difference, you know, of your fastest boy and your fastest girl, and then make the decision based on that. So it looks like City of Glasgow and Warrender and Stirling were the cleverest
Orla McCarthy
coaches.
on her breaststroke sort of held it together for City Glasgow and gave Nikolai, you know, a fighting chance of really.
Yeah, that was a solid breaststroke.
That butterfly.
That was the girl that went 32 for the 50, wasn't it? Yeah, she's got she's fast. And then you've got Nikolai, who's the champion in the 50 fly. Oh no, he was 2nd in the 50 fly.
Yeah.
So, you know, but Kyle, Nikolai, and the 2 girls, they're They're a solid team, that. Great to see. And then you get to be on the podium, boys and girls together on the podium. That's fantastic. On the medal presenter is a famous Scottish swimmer, #1 in the world in 2002. Went to 5 Olympic Games. I know her well. Alison Shepherd.
Yeah.
What an amazing swimmer. 23 international medals.
She still holds the Scottish record. Is it 24.68?
20. Yeah, that's right. That's exactly right. Yeah, 24.68, 53. When we were working together, I was coaching her, and she was a swimmer. And 50 free was her main event. But if you only swim free, you train free, long distance free, everything free, you just get you get stagnant, right? You get stale. So we trained all 4 strokes, and when I saw how good all her strokes are, especially her breaststroke, I was like, "You're going to break the world record in 100 IM." She's like, "No way." And at the time, the world record for 100 IM was 102, and her best time became a minute point. So, but unfortunately, the world record had moved on before she went that minute. But 50 free, 50 fly, 50 back, 50 breast, Scottish record. Held every single stroke sprint record. Amazing swimmer. And is one of the coaches for Sterling, and Sterling's on the podium, so maybe there's something there.
Yeah.
But all the coaches, the Glasgow coaches, and Warrender coaches, Sterling coaches, all first class coaches.
Yeah.
A great coaching staff right across the board in Scotland. It's really good to see.
Well, thanks very much for being with us.
Hopefully I didn't confuse too many people.
All your insight this evening. We're back tomorrow. Join us if you can. So from Gary Van der Molen and myself, Robert Taylor, good evening from Aberdeen.
Have a good night. Enjoy your dinner. See you tomorrow.